The Lars Larson Show.
You're listening to WIQO, the news talk station for Greater Lynchburg and Southside Virginia.
This is Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football, presented by TrostLaw.com.
Happy Black Friday, everyone, and welcome to the Central VA Flooring pregame show. I'm your host, Todd Tracy, and we got a special Black Friday matchup lined up for you tonight, as we got the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers take on the GW Danvilles in the Region D Championship in the 4A division, where kickoff starts in 30 minutes by now, and it's going to be I think it's going to be a really good game for both teams. I mean, look what they did. JF had they had where they had Easy Glass. Then they beat John Henley last week in a real close matchup that ended up being a turn moment. Then you gotta look at GW Danville. As they beat Sharenda Warriors last week, 41-22. So it's really gonna be an interesting matchup for tonight, and I'm really excited because right now you got GW Danville coming in averaging 42 points per game, and their defense been home opponents at 14 points. As JF they've been pretty good solid. They've been pretty solid offense, as they've been averaging 23 points per game at home. But the defense has been the main thing as they've been holding opponents under 10 points. So I really think this is going to be a huge matchup for tonight, as both teams are coming in hot. I won't say coming in hot, and I think it's going to be really tough. It's going to be really tough. I think it's going to be really big, and I'm excited about tonight. So what can I say about tonight? What can you say? Region D Championship, one game close, you're in States. And both teams, I think the last time they met was back in 2023, when I think in the first round, but I know JL beat GW 20-13. So I think it's going to be really good. And what can I say? So it's going to be a lot going on tonight. I mean, Black Friday, Region D Championship. Then you got the one game away. You play on Saturdays in the States. So I know both teams are really hungry. It'll be another rematch back in 22 years ago. So it's going to be a lot going on. So I really can't wait. So I was able to talk to both coaches, Coach Nick Aronson from GW Danville and Coach Cruz, as they give their thoughts and intake about tonight's game, prior to Thanksgiving, and being one game away in the States. So it's going to be a lot going on. So I was able to talk to them. So after this break, we'll go to the interview, see what they give their thoughts and take about tonight's matchup and in the Region D Championship. So don't go nowhere. This is the Central VA Flooring pregame show.
Central VA Flooring is a proud supporter of local high school football. Why? Because the culture at Central VA Flooring is built on teamwork, dedication, and community support. Teamwork means the right consult who truly listens to what you want and need for your home or business. Dedication is doing the job right, and the community spirit of the entire Central VA Flooring team behind your project. Visit centralvaflooring.com and drop by Central VA Flooring on Timberlake Road to experience the power of teamwork, dedication, and community spirit.
Hi, I'm Randy Trost with Trost Law. We've seen a lot since 1982. One new issue is an increasing number of uninsured drivers. Unfortunately, when these drivers are at fault for an accident, there's a higher likelihood that they'll flee from the scene, leaving you with a potential mess. So in shopping for your auto insurance policy, please keep in mind that strong, uninsured motorist coverage can protect you from this headache. And if you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, call us at 777-HURT and visit trostlaw.com.
Leaks on the offensive line, in the defensive secondary, or with special teams coverage create problems in football. Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating knows leaks at your home or business create problems too, like building and belonging damage and lost productivity. That's why you should call Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating at 525-3313 when a leak is threatening your home or business. Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating at 525-3313, proudly supporting JF athletes, coaches, and all activity participants.
What if you knew that true health and wellness starts in your mouth? At Crossroads Family Dentistry in Forest, we believe your oral health is a window into your overall body health. Your mouth isn't a separate entry, it's a critical part of a complex system. That's why we take a co-diagnostic approach. We don't just tell you what you need, we show you using simple language and digital imaging. For a collaborative approach to your oral health, come see us. Crossroads Family Dentistry on 221 in Forest.
Coach Kennedy here, and I'm here to introduce you to the fastest growing church in Forest, Virginia, Impact Church. If you want to find out how to be on the winning team for eternity, Impact Church is a place for you. Here is more now from Pastor Brad.
Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Brad from Impact Church in Forest, and I want to extend a special invitation to you and your family to join us each Sunday at 10 a.m. at our new location in the Jefferson Forest High School auditorium. We are a church that stands on and preaches all of God's word unashamedly because we believe and know that God changes lives through his word. Impact has a heart for evangelism, a mission to make disciples who follow Christ, and we are active in our community. The Spirit of the Lord is moving. God is doing an amazing work through Impact Church, and we would love for you and your family and friends to come be a part of it as we make an impact for Christ. We look forward to meeting you this Sunday at 10 a.m. at Jefferson Forest High School.
As a privately owned nonprofit organization, the Forest Youth Athletic Association thrives off volunteers. Volunteering with the FYAA ensures children throughout the Forest community have a local place to participate in sports like wiffle ball, t-ball, baseball, softball, lacrosse, soccer, football, flag football, basketball, and cheer. FYAA depends on volunteers and needs your support, whether that's volunteering your time, money, resources, or a combination of your gifts. Visit forestyouth.org to learn more about how you can support FYAA.
Considering buying life insurance? Then ask Andy, your local Erie family life agent. Andy Matthews has been selling life insurance for 33 years, right here in Central Virginia, and has been a great sponsor of JF Athletics. Many Virginia families have Erie Family Life as part of their insurance portfolio. Look for the Andy Matthews Agency, located on Waterlick Road, right here locally, and not just an 800 number in some unknown office. With over 33 years of experience, Andy Matthews is your go-to agent for life insurance.
This is Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football presented by TrostLaw.com.
Welcome back to the Central VA Floor and Pregame Show. I'm your host, Todd Tracy, for tonight. All right, now, here is the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers head coach, Coach Cruz, as he gives thoughts and intake about tonight's game. Knowing how important this game is, we got the Region D Championship online. And he give, especially price on Thanksgiving, but he gives thoughts about knowing how important this game is tonight. So here, Coach Cruz right now.
Todd Tracy here with the Central VA Floor and Pregame Show. I'm staying here next to Jefferson Forest Cavaliers head football coach, Coach Cruz. How you doing?
Doing good. Glad to be here, Todd.
Last week, you picked up a big win, 14-10, over the John Hanley Judges. How do you guys manage to close it out and come away with the victory?
Just, man, fighting and scratching and clawing and lots and lots of heart out on that field this past Saturday, man. Could not be more proud of the fight, my guys. So much adversity in that game, so many opportunities for us to hang our heads and let that one get by us. And they continue to fight the entire game, man, the whole way through, all the way through the final second, the final whistle. They fought. Could not be more proud of my guys to find a way to gut out a victory against a very, very good John Hanley football team.
Was there a particular moment in that game where you felt the momentum shift over to y'all guys' favor?
Yeah, so I truthfully, I think it was that block punt. Cam Fox finding a way on special teams to make a big play, get back there and block that punt, kind of set us up for that game-winning offensive drive. I thought it was huge. But there were so many other moments throughout that game. Jack Lee coming up with a big interception there to close things out as they were down near our end zone to almost have an opportunity to win the game. And truthfully, a play that I want to highlight that, may not necessarily show up in the stat sheet as a big play, but was as big as any play that we have had on the season, was a tackle made by number 2, Gabe Barnett. Gabe was our backside corner. They broke off a really, really long run, and he, through just sheer effort, force of will, found a way to chase down a really, really fast John Hanley running back. Made a tackle to keep that guy at about the 15 rather than scoring, and we ended up getting a strip sack fumble that kept them from getting any points through that drive. And so that tackle, that effort play that Gabe Barnett made was as big as any play throughout the course of that game. And again, that's not something that necessarily shows up on the stat sheet, but that's that guy being in tune, focused, understanding as the backside corner, it is his job to make that touchdown saving tackle. That's exactly what he did. And that play was as big as any throughout the game.
You guys on the road take on the GW Danville Eagles tonight on a Black Friday for the Region D Championship. Talk about the matchup and just know how important this game is tonight.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. First opportunity that JF has had to play for a regional championship in 10 years. And the matchup, it couldn't be bigger, man. GW is a phenomenal football team, a team that we played 2 years ago in the playoffs. Been kind of keeping up with them throughout the standings all year, so seeing the success that they've had on the field, and then you turn on the film, and it's exactly what you would expect to see with a 1 seed. They're big up front. They're really explosive at their skill positions. They fly all over the field on defense. They're just a really, really good, solid football team across the board, which is what you're going to get in a regional championship football game, right? So we're excited for this matchup. We're excited to go out here and figure out who's going to win this region.
With the regional championship online and a big crowd, you expecting that? How are you preparing your players for the atmosphere?
It's just understanding, and it's the same thing that we preach. As these games get bigger and bigger, you don't have to do more as a football player, right? All that we ask of you is to go out and execute your job, execute your role to the best of your ability. Sometimes in big-time games, you feel like you have to go out there and be a superhero and make every single play, and that's when we get into trouble, right? It is when I'm on defense, I got to trust the guy next to me to do his job so that I can do my job to the best of my ability. If I'm worried about him, then I'm not worried about me executing my job. And so it's that just trust across the board from all of our players, knowing that they can go out and execute their job to the best of their ability and trusting the guys next to them to do the same.
What's the key message for tonight, and what's the biggest challenge that y'all face, especially being one game away from the state semifinals? And I know that's everybody's goal, but it's like this is the most important game right now before thinking about the states.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't look past this one at all, man. You got a chance to play for a regional championship, and that's what it's all about at this point. The message to our guys is the same message that it has been for every game, every year. It's about us, right? It is about how we execute. It's about how we prepared Monday through Thursday to come out here and play our style of football and execute our game plan to the best of our ability. And that's taking nothing away from a phenomenal GW football team, but we truly believe that if we go out and we handle us, the game will handle itself. That's the message that we give to our guys. It's the same message that it's been all the way through game one up until this point.
2 more questions before I let you go back on the field, Coach. Can you give me the update about Thax Rowland's injury with what happened to him last week? Can you give me an update about him?
Yeah, really, really unfortunate. Thax ripped off a big run and just kind of one of those things in football. Had somebody roll up on his ankle, and he had a really, really bad high ankle sprain to where he's not going to be available for tonight. And that's a tough one because Thax does so much for our football team. Obviously, he's an incredible player with the ball in his hands on offense. He's a really, really physical player on defense. The intelligence that he plays with on defense, always understanding how the offense is trying to attack him, where he needs to go. He always finds himself in the right spot. Those are things that you can't replace with just one player, right? And so it's shuffling guys around, maybe putting some guys in some different positions that are relatively new for them, with the understanding that ultimately it's next man up, right? We can't sit here and think about, how great it would be to have him, because of course it would be great. But the reality is we got to go out here and we got to find a way to win a football game without him. And I know that he has done a great job throughout this week of practice of continuing to be a phenomenal leader for us, of continuing to be the energy that we need throughout practice, keeping our guys excited, keeping them juiced up. And he's going to do that tonight at this game too. So I know that even though he's not on the field, he is still going to play a really, really big role for us.
And one more question. What is it like for you and your players to practice on Thanksgiving, just for like on a high school standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things that you kind of talk about as a big-time goal for your program, right? For your team going into each season, you want to have the opportunity to practice on Thanksgiving Day. It's awesome as a high school football program to have that opportunity to come out here in the morning, get a football practice in, and then go spend some time with your family. We did something really cool this year where we had some guys who were some big pieces for us in the past couple of years. They came back and they visited with us on practice on Thanksgiving too, just because kind of the message was, even though those guys aren't necessarily on the team, they're not playing on the field for us, the foundation and the culture that they set for us has been as big a part of where we are at right now in this football season as anything else. Those guys that came before us, man, they did such a great job from a leadership standpoint, from a work ethic standpoint of getting this program back on track, of getting us to this point right now, that I wanted to make sure that they came back and knew how much we appreciated their efforts, how they're still a part of this program, still a part of this team, and also for our seniors to understand that they can have that same type of role to set a foundation, to set a culture that will carry us on for years into the future.
Good luck now, Coach.
I appreciate it, Todd. Thank you.
True health isn't about judgment, it's about empowerment. At Crossroads Family Dentistry, we partner with you to help you understand your options and make the best decisions for your health. In a supportive, non-judgmental environment, are you ready to take control of your total body wellness? Visit us on 221 in Forest or at crossroadsfamilydentistryva.com and call us today to schedule your appointment. Because when you feel good about your smile, you'll feel good about your health.
Coach Kennedy here, and I'm here to introduce you to the fastest growing church in Forest, Virginia, Impact Church. If you want to find out how to be on the winning team for eternity, Impact Church is a place for you. Here's more now from Pastor Brad.
Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Brad from Impact Church in Forest, and I want to extend a special invitation to you and your family to join us each Sunday at 10 a.m. at our new location in the Jefferson Forest High School auditorium. We are a church that stands on and preaches all of God's word unashamedly because we believe and know that God changes lives through his word. Impact has a heart for evangelism, a mission to make disciples who follow Christ, and we are active in our community. The Spirit of the Lord is moving. God is doing an amazing work through Impact Church, and we would love for you and your family and friends to come be a part of it as we make an impact for Christ. We look forward to meeting you this Sunday at 10 a.m. at Jefferson Forest High School.
When shopping for auto liability insurance, it's wise to consider the best policy, not the cheapest. Hi, I'm Randy Trost with Trost Law. It's crucial to have more than the minimum insurance on your auto liability policy. This protects you if you injure someone or if someone without proper insurance hurts you. Having the right policy ensures you have sufficient underinsured coverage to take care of you and your family. To learn more how we can help you navigate these challenges, visit us at trostlaw.com. That's trostlaw.com.
Leaks on the offensive line, in the defensive secondary, or with special teams coverage create problems in football. Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating knows leaks at your home or business create problems too, like building and belonging damage and lost productivity. That's why you should call Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating at 525-3313 when a leak is threatening your home or business. Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating at 525-3313, proudly supporting JF athletes, coaches, and all activity participants. Considering buying life insurance? Then ask Andy, your local Erie family life agent. Andy Matthews has been selling life insurance for 33 years, right here in Central Virginia, and has been a great sponsor of JF Athletics. Many Virginia families have Erie Family Life as part of their insurance portfolio. Look for the Andy Matthews Agency, located on Waterlick Road, right here locally, and not just an 800 number in some unknown office. With over 33 years of experience, Andy Matthews is your go-to agent for life insurance.
Central VA Flooring is a proud supporter of local high school football. Why? Because the culture at Central VA Flooring is built on teamwork, dedication, and community support. Teamwork means the right consult who truly listens to what you want and need for your home or business. Dedication, doing the job right, and the community spirit of the entire Central VA Flooring team behind your project. Visit centralvaflooring.com and drop by Central VA Flooring on Timberlake Road to experience the power of teamwork, dedication, and community spirit. As a privately owned nonprofit organization, the Forest Youth Athletic Association thrives off volunteers. Volunteering with the FYAA ensures children throughout the Forest community have a local place to participate in sports like wiffle ball, t-ball, baseball, softball, lacrosse, soccer, football, flag football, basketball, and cheer. FYAA depends on volunteers and needs your support, whether that's volunteering your time, money, resources, or a combination of visit forestyouth.org to learn more about how you can support FYAA.
Forest Cavaliers football, presented by trostlaw.com.
Welcome back to the Central VA Flooring pregame show. As I said this before, and I'm going to say it again, I'm your host, Todd Tracy, for tonight. Now, next we have the GW Danville Eagles head coach Nick Anderson. He gives his thoughts and intakes about today's game, knowing how important this game is. He gave some details about it. He was talking about the game, his last 2 weeks games, how it's been, and he knows how. I think he said he knows how important this game is, especially when he's probably playing against a great defense like the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers. He said he's seen this whole season. He gave a lot of praise. They're really good. So now next we have Coach Anderson from GW David as he gives his thoughts to intake about tonight's game.
Todd Tracy here with GW Danville Eagles head football coach, Coach Anderson. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Hope you are.
I'm doing good right now. Like I said, congratulations on a big 41-21 win over Sharando last week. Can you break down the game and talk about how your players execute the game plan?
Well, I thought we, in the playoffs, the games are always going to be tough, and Sharonda is a really good football team. And, it was a tight game to begin with. We were losing at halftime, and I think we got a field goal right before halftime that gave us a little momentum. And then when they came back out, we got a three and out for our defense and got our offense back on the field. So, and then we were able to go down and score. So I think that swing right before halftime and then coming out after halftime really gave us a lot of momentum.
You guys host the Region D Championship at home against the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers on Black Friday. Can you break down this matchup and what stands out to you about this matchup tonight?
Well, it's always pleasure and it's something to be proud of, to be practicing on Thanksgiving. It always means you had a really good season and the kids have worked really hard. But Jefferson Forest, they give us a lot of issues. They're very potent offense. It's really tough to stop. They have a lot of misdirection, and it's something I'm familiar with from my roots when I was back in Eastern North Carolina. A lot of teams ran the wing T, which is a version of what Jefferson Forest is doing. So should be a great game, and we're excited to be playing in it.
Jefferson Forest defense has been holding opponents under 10 points per game. What will be your biggest challenge for your offense tonight?
Well, we just got to establish the line of scrimmage. It's something that we've been able to do for most of the season this year is, win the line of scrimmage and, control it. So they got a lot of big guys up front, and so do we. Our running backs have done really well protecting their footballs. So that's something else we're going to have to make sure we do. But, one thing that we need to do a better job on is our penalties. We're getting some false start penalties that, hurt us last week, so we need to correct those things.
How big a factor will ball security be in taking advantage of the scoring opportunities?
Yeah, so I just mentioned everything. Ball security is always crucial. You can't afford to lose positions, and you can't afford to give them extra positions. A lot of times when you play in tough teams, like Jefferson Forest and two evenly matched teams, turnovers are a big deciding factor on who wins the game. If you get extra possessions, you got better chances of scoring. So we can't allow to be turning the ball over.
Being back in the regional title since 2021, what does it say about the work your players have put in this year?
Well, it's always a season goal for us to make it to this game. And, once we check this box, hopefully we can make it to the state championship game. I'm a believer in having big goals. I think if you set high goals, you'll reach them, or at least try to reach them. If you make the bar low, you reach low bars. So, we're believers in setting high goals. The kids have worked extremely hard year in and year out. These guys have had this goal since they were freshmen. The seniors played. Some of the guys that are sophomores or were sophomores when we played Jefferson Forest a couple of years back. So they remember this, and they've been working extremely hard to try to get a W.
One more question before I let you go back on the field. What's the focus for your players tonight with the state semifinals right in reach? But like you said before, you have to worry about this game.
We've had one game at a time the whole year. We're not looking past Jefferson Forest at all. But one thing that we got to make sure we concentrate on tonight is eye discipline. We got to be very disciplined in our reads defensively. We can't get lost in all the eye candy with emotions in the backfield. We play disciplined football and not turning the ball over.
Thank you so much. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Supposed to say JT Cruz Stadium.
Say it again.
It's a JT Christopher Stadium. JF wants to rename it JT Cruz
here, and I'm here to introduce you to the fastest growing church in Forest, Virginia, Impact Church. If you want to find out how to be on the winning team for eternity, Impact Church is a place for you. Here is more now from Pastor Brad.
Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Brad from Impact Church in Forest, and I want to extend a special invitation to you and your family to join us each Sunday at 10 a.m. at our new location in the Jefferson Forest High School auditorium. We are a church that stands on and preaches all of God's word unashamedly because we believe and know that God changes lives through his word. Impact has a heart for evangelism, a mission to make disciples who follow Christ, and we are active in our community. The Spirit of the Lord is moving. God is doing an amazing work through Impact Church, and we would love for you and your family and friends to come be a part of it as we make an impact for Christ. We look forward to meeting you this Sunday at 10 a.m. at Jefferson Forest High School.
Hi, I'm Randy Trost with Trost Law. We've seen a lot since 1982. One new issue is an increasing number of uninsured drivers. Unfortunately, when these drivers are at fault for an accident, there's a higher likelihood that they'll flee from the scene, leaving you with a potential mess. So in shopping for your auto insurance policy, please keep in mind that strong, uninsured motorist coverage can protect you from this headache. And if you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, call us at 777-HURT and visit trostlaw.com.
Leaks on the offensive line, in the defensive secondary, or with special teams coverage create problems in football. Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating knows leaks at your home or business create problems too, like building and belonging damage and lost productivity. That's why you should call Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating at 525-3313 when a leak is threatening your home or business. Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating at 525-3313, proudly supporting JF athletes, coaches, and all activity participants.
Okay.
As a privately owned nonprofit organization, the Forest Youth Athletic Association thrives off volunteers. Volunteering with FYAA ensures children throughout the Forest community have a local place to participate in sports like wiffle ball, t-ball, baseball, softball, lacrosse, soccer, football, flag football, basketball, and cheer. FYAA depends on volunteers and needs your support, whether that's volunteering your time, money, resources, or a combination of your gifts. Visit ForestYouth.org to learn more about how you can support FYAA. Central VA Flooring is a proud supporter of local high school football. Why? Because the culture at Central VA Flooring is built on teamwork, dedication, and community support. Teamwork means the right console who truly listens to what you want and need for your home or business. Dedication is doing the job right, and the community spirit of the entire Central VA Flooring team behind the project. Visit centralvaflooring.com. Drop by VA Flooring on Timberlake Road to experience the power of teamwork, dedication, and support.
Magic City Coastal John Street Ram in Bedford is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson Forest High School football. At Magic City, we take great pride in our community and the people who call it home. And when it comes to providing Bedford,
hey, can you turn me up?
Magic City leads the way. Stop in at Magic City Coastal John Street Ram in Bedford at 1750 Independence Boulevard, or shop us at MagicCityBedford.com. MagicCityBedford.com.
To help you outside empowerment with Crossroads Family Dentistry, we partner with you to help you understand your options and make the best decisions for your health. In a supportive, non-judgmental environment, are you ready to take control of your total body wellness? Visit us on 221 in Forest or at CrossroadsFamilyDentistryVA.com and call us today to schedule your appointment. Because when you feel good about your smile, you'll feel good about your health.
Got a crack problem? You know the symptoms. Poor reaction time. Can't see straight. Endless financial mess. Apple Auto Glass knows cracks in your windshield lead to serious problems for you and everyone on the roads. So bring your car to Apple Auto Glass as soon as you see the crack. Apple Auto Glass is still locally owned on Allegheny Avenue in Lynchburg, so you'll speak with Harold, not Mystery Man from an 800 number. They'll handle insurance claims too. Apple Auto Glass, your local shop ensuring fast solutions to your windshield crack problem. You've heard how easy it is to get life insurance on the radio and internet. But what they don't say is you may not be getting the very best rate. If you've been needing to buy life insurance, why not buy it from your JF sponsor, Andy Matthews, located right here in Lynchburg? You'll get the truth about buying life insurance, and you will have an agent who can discuss options that are right for your family. Contact Andy Matthews, a licensed Erie Family Life agent. With over 33 years of experience, Andy Matthews is your go-to agent for life insurance.
It's the perfect time to take your car to Meineke to make sure your engine starts perfectly this year. Whether you need tires, brakes, engine repairs, or simply an oil change.
God, come on.
And we welcome you into GW Danville. Kick, Barnett, 40, 50, down the right sideline, 40, 30, accelerates to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and we start this PHSL Class 4 regional final with a bang as the JF Cavaliers take it 85 yards to the Impact Church end zone and a 6-0 lead.
Wow, what a return right there. What a way to start the regional finals for JF. Number 2, Gabe Barnett finding the edge, able to turn it full speed on and takes it to the house on the opening kickoff. What a boost to start this game on this cold Friday night down here in Danville, Virginia.
We'll eventually get to the pleasantries, but The opening kick literally was fielded by Gabe Barnett and took it all the way down the near sideline for the JF touchdown. And 12 seconds in, the Cavaliers are looking to tack on the extra point. Await the snap. It's down. So is the hold. The kick is up. It's blocked. And it'll be a 6-0 JF lead. 11:48 to go here in the first quarter of play in the game, Coach. So, on that note, we welcome you into our broadcast. We are barely getting started, and it's already 6-0 JF, 12 seconds into this game, as GW Danville won the toss to further their option in the second half. And before we can literally get going, JF already on the board, 6-0.
Yeah, again, what a great job to start the game right there with Gabe Barnett. And I tell you, the only negative right there is, again, coming right out here, extra point, which has been issues late in the season, not last week, but this week, GW able to get a block on that extra point. So I look for Coach Coos probably to go for 2 on the next one after that if they get their other touchdown.
Yeah, they'll look for that opportunity going forward. As Jonas Howard's extra point was blocked. It's been an adventure all season between he and Austin Walker. JF has not quite figured out the magic mojo to get it going. So we will get you set in just a moment. 6-0. Jefferson Forest with the lead over GW Danville as they take the opening kickback for the touchdown, but the extra point is blocked. Austin Walker handling kickoff, squibs it. It'll take a couple of bounces, and GW slides on the near side at the 31-yard line as Antonio Matos, the upback, slid on it, and that's where this GW offense will begin. Well, Coach, JF is starting with a 6-0 advantage, but we will ask you your keys to the game presented by Magic City Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Bedford. Looking for the new keys for your ride? Swing by and see them today.
Well, I tell you, it's, again, every game at this point forward is going to be won based on the battle of the trenches. Whose line is going to be able to control the other? So here we got a GW offensive line, big line, one of the biggest lines that this defense will face, and they got to hold their own.
Snap and an early handoff off the right side. A bust open over to the far side, 40. 45 past midfield into JF territory, dragging defenders past the 40 and out of bounds around the 37 as the initial handoff was taken by Stanford Lipscomb, and he takes it into JF territory on the opening drive of the game and picks up 25.
Yeah, what a huge run right there, coming right off it again. It's going to be up to the defensive front right now. They want to slow down number 6, Lipscomb, who's their big running back, putting up a lot of yards all season long.
33-yard run this time. It's a snap and an end around off the left side, trying to turn the corner in pursuit, and he's struck down in the open field at the 36. No gain off the left side. That time it was Keyshawn Waller, the sophomore slot back, taking the handoff. And it's 2nd and 10 coming up. Pearson Brooks on the stop.
Well, that's what they did right that time. They were able to stretch that play to the sideline until they got help coming up from the outside. Safety corner coming over there to help out with that for a no gain on the sweep.
Early going, 6-0 JF. We're a minute into this one. They took the opening kick back. The extra point was blocked. Operating out of the shotgun is Covington, the quarterback, and it's a handoff up the middle. Stuffed once again. Pushed backwards at the line of scrimmage. Slade Kazee and Spencer Sloan stomping their feet as it brings up 3rd and long.
Well, Slade Kazee doing his job from that inside defensive tackle line. And again, what JF has to do up front is they got to get separation from these big offensive linemen. And Danville's best formations, they like to be in a bunch, and then they're going to pull a couple of those bunch guys, help them block in the hole.
Alex Brandon, the back, he took that carry, checked out, play fake, the Lipscomb is the backup, and a in the round, Covington motioning him a shooter to come back, and he throws to the right, it's deflected, and it's knocked away. Bryson Spano is in there, he got his hand in, broke up the pass intended for Torian White, a fullback, and it'll bring up 4th and 11 for GW, and it looks like they'll keep their offense on the field trailing 6-0. 10:20 to go in the first quarter. They'll snap it kind of in no man's land at the JF 37.
Yeah, Octavia Covington, their quarterback, he ended up sprinting out to the right, trying to buy as much time for a receiver to come open, and nobody really came open. He just kind of threw that one away.
Ball off the left hash mark. As calling for it is Covington. He drops back to throw, looks to the left, steps up under duress, and he's blasted into the turf at the 40-yard line. Logan Hamilton flexing his muscles, brought him down. It's a loss of 3 and a turnover on down.
Well, I tell you what, it was Slade Kazee that brought the pressure that had Covington scrambling. And when he scrambled up the middle, number 54 was right there. Logan Hamilton to make the big sack on the 4th down, and offense takes over.
After the 33-yard Lipscomb run on GW's first play from scrimmage, JF's defense buckles up. They force a 4 and out from that point on, so a 5-play drive. Nets no points for GW, and now we get our first look at the JF offense.
Well, I tell you what, defensively right now, GW is in a 5-3 defense right here. Got 5 men on the line.
Jackson the snap, takes the pitch to Coleman, keeps it himself. Left side, sheds a blocker at the 45. Tripped up at the 47. He lunges up toward midfield. Off the far side hash mark, but a good first down run for JF as they get 8 and set up 2nd and 2.
Yeah, great job right there. Finding a hole, just being patient. He was able to read his blockers, and then Jackson, once he found that hole, he turned that into a good 9-yard run against this Danville defense.
Nazir Wilson, the cornerback, was in on the stop for the Eagles, and if you're JF, you would love him to be making tackles every time you can get to that 3rd level of the defense. It means you're picking up chunk plays. JF trying to get into GW territory, up 6-0, 9:35 to go, opening quarter. First drive of the game as they took the opening kickback and then finally possessed the ball on offense. This time a handoff, Fox, left side, barrels into the GW defense, back to the line of scrimmage. There's a pileup. Not sure if it's just to make sure Fox is down or if it's a fumble. It looks like it's the former. It's going to be no gain, 3rd and about 1.5 yards coming up.
Well, I tell you, good defense right there. Number 11, Neil Harrison for the Danville Eagles was able to penetrate right there and was able to make that tackle for basically no gain. Puts them in 3rd and 1 again right here as they are right about midfield.
Fox is the back. He's behind, but will probably move over to the right. He does, of Jackson at quarterback. Snap, handoff to Fox, into the teeth of the defense. Lunges with second effort, past the midfield stripe, underneath the G and GW, and it should be enough for a JF first down. And it is, as the referees staying warm by motioning the lines markers down the field as JF gets to the GW 48.
Oh, there you go. Good first down run right there. That was just a straight dive play for number 15 right there, Cam Fox, and he was able to power that for the first down.
GW ball, or JF ball in GW territory at the 48. They'll snap it off the left hash mark. First set of downs for this JF offense. Coleman goes in motion, pitch play to the right side, turns the corner 50, 45, hurls a man at the 40, inside the 40, down to the 37 between the numbers and hash mark, and it's another JF first down. He picks up 12.
That was rocket sweep. That's their bread and butter play. Xander Coleman using his speed, able to get to the outside. Everybody had their block. What a huge run for a first down by Xander Coleman. And I tell you, GW is doing everything they can to squeeze the box right there. They had the Mike linebacker blitzing, but on rocket sweep, he is nowhere to be helping when he's blitzing up the middle.
It's a running clock, going to work under the 8-minute mark in the first quarter. JF trying to expand their 6-0 lead. They've got it at the GW 36 after the 12-yard Coleman run. Snap, it's a give. Barnett follows blockers off the right side of the line. Not much sledding. Maybe got inside the 35 to the 34. He is stood up by a couple of GW Eagles, notably Dominic Neal Hairston, whose name we've called a couple of times in on that most recent stop.
Yeah, again, their 5-3 defense is really compacted. That is 8 guys committed in the box right there, and those guys have size. They have experience. That's going to be tough sledding inside the tackles tonight for the Cavaliers.
Biggest challenge is Christopher Law, the big defensive tackle who's committed to Liberty and plugging the line for GW. Jackson takes the snap. It's a pitch play to the left side. Coleman tries to turn the corner, follows blockers, does. 25, cuts back to the 20, accelerates into the impact church end zone, down the left sideline. He turned on the Jets at about the 15, and adios to the GW defense into the impact church end zone. It's 12-0 JF.
Well, that's the second time they come back. They run the rocket sweep to the other side of the field, and GW did not have any help out there on the edge. And once they made the block on the corner, all he had to do was make one cutback lane, and he was all the way straight in the end zone without even being touched.
JF going to go for the extra point again. Howard had it blocked on his first try. They're going to try to get it a little bit smoother here. Calling for the snap, waiting for it for JF. Snap is good, so is the hold. This kick is up, and it's good. After Law blocked the last extra point, Howard bangs this one through, and it's 13-0 JF on top of GW 7:06 to go here in the first quarter on JF Cavaliers football, presented by TrustLaw.com.
You've heard how easy it is to get life insurance on the radio and internet. But what they don't say is you may not be getting the very best rate. If you've been needing to buy life insurance, why not buy it from your JF sponsor?
That's the quarterback's dad up there.
Yeah.
You'll get the truth about buying life insurance.
I tell you what a great way to start the game, man.
Literally,
Because
contact Andy
these guys
Matthews,
are just
a
like
licensed
glass
Erie family
man.
life
They start
agent
facing
with over
some
33 years of
adversity,
experience.
they're gonna be
Andy
quick to
Matthews
learn.
is the go-to
Man, it's a
agent
little
for life
colder out
insurance.
here than I thought.
Central VA Flooring is a
I'm ready to go home and eat some leftover
Why?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Central VA Flooring
The food will be there in 3 hours or 2 hours. It ain't
Teamwork
going
means
anywhere.
the right consult who truly listens to what you want and need for your home or business.
You're right, though. I mean, if you're JF, pound, keep on it. Playoff intensity.
The entire Central VA Flooring team behind your project. Visit centralvaflooring.com and drop by Central VA Flooring on Timberlake Road to experience the power of teamwork, dedication, and community spirit.
This is Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football, presented by TrustLaw.com.
True health isn't about judgment, it's about empowerment. At Crossroads Family Dentistry, we partner with you to help you understand your options and make the best decisions for your health. In a supportive, non-judgmental environment, are you ready to take control of your total body wellness? Visit us on 221 in Forest or at crossroadsfamilydentistryva.com and call us today to schedule your appointment. Because when you feel good about your smile, you'll feel good about your health.
Leaks on the offensive line, in the defensive secondary, or with special teams coverage create problems in football. Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating knows leaks at your home or business create problems too, like building and belonging damage and lost productivity. That's why you should call Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating at 525-3313 when a leak is threatening your home or business. Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating at 525-3313, proudly supporting JF athletes, coaches, and all activity participants.
Young adults face unique stresses and challenges more than ever. That's why the Forest Youth Athletic Association's mission is providing a safe arena where growing children can learn the rules and values that come from athletic competition. FYAA sports like wiffle ball, t-ball, baseball, softball, lacrosse, soccer, football, flag football, basketball, and cheer foster a culture of fair play and sportsmanship while developing skills and character that last beyond playing the game. Visit forestyouth.org to register for a sport or to share your time and resources.
Hi, I'm Randy Trost. Our staff at Trost Law wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Most importantly, please celebrate responsibly. At Trost Law, we have experience handling all types of personal injury cases. Sadly, that means we've seen the devastating impact from drinking and driving. So on behalf of our team at Trost Law, please plan ahead. Select your designated driver this holiday season. And if you've been the victim of a drinking or drugged driver, we're here to help. Visit us at trustlaw.com.
Coach Kennedy here, and I'm here to introduce you to the fastest growing church in Forest, Virginia, Impact Church. If you want to find out how to be on the winning team for eternity, Impact Church is a place for you. Here is more now from Pastor Brad.
Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Brad from Impact Church in Forest, and I want to extend a special invitation to you and your family to join us each Sunday at 10 a.m. at our new location in the Jefferson Forest High School auditorium. We are a church that stands on and preaches all of God's word unashamedly because we believe and know that God changes lives through his word. Impact has a heart for evangelism, a mission to make disciples who follow Christ, and we are active in our community. The Spirit of the Lord is moving. God is doing an amazing work through Impact Church, and we would love for you and your family and friends to come be a part of it as we make an impact for Christ. We look forward to meeting you this Sunday at 10 a.m. at Jefferson Forest High School.
Central VA Flooring is a proud supporter of local high school football. Why? Because the culture at Central VA Flooring is built on teamwork, dedication, and community support. Teamwork means the right consult who truly listens to what you want and need for your home or business. Dedication is doing the job right and the community spirit of the entire Central VA Flooring team behind your project. Visit centralvaflooring.com and drop by Central VA Flooring on Timberlake Road to experience the power of teamwork, dedication, and community spirit.
You've heard how easy it is to get life insurance on the radio and internet. But what they don't say is you may not be getting the very best rate. If you've been needing to buy life insurance, why not buy it from your JF sponsor, Andy Matthews, located right here in Lynchburg? You'll get the truth about buying life insurance, and you will have an agent who can discuss options that are right for your family. Contact Andy Matthews, a licensed Erie Family Life agent. With over 33 years of experience, Andy Matthews is your go-to agent for life insurance.
Young adults face unique stresses and challenges more than ever. That's why the Forest Youth Athletic Association's mission is providing a safe arena where growing children can learn the rules and values that come from athletic competition. FYAA sports like wiffle ball, t-ball, baseball, softball, lacrosse, soccer, football, flag football, basketball, and cheer foster a culture of fair play and sportsmanship while developing skills and character that last beyond playing the game. Visit forestyouth.org to register for a sport or to share your time and resources.
Got a crack problem? You know the symptoms. Poor reaction time. Can't see straight. Endless financial mess. Apple Auto Glass knows cracks in your windshield lead to serious problems for you and everyone on the roads. So bring your car to Apple Auto Glass as soon as you see the crack. Apple Auto Glass is still locally owned on Allegheny Avenue in Lynchburg, so you'll speak with Harold, not Mystery Man from an 800 number. They'll handle insurance claims too. Apple Auto Glass, your local shop ensuring fast solutions to your windshield crack problems.
Magic City Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bedford is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson Forest High School football. At Magic City, we take great pride in our community and the people who call it home. And when it comes to providing Bedford and the surrounding communities with outstanding sales and service, Magic City leads the way. Stop in at Magic City Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bedford at 1750 Independence Boulevard or shop us at MagicCityBedford.com. MagicCityBedford.com.
It's the perfect time to take your car to Meineke to make sure your engine starts perfectly this year. Whether you need tires, brakes, engine repairs, or simply an oil change, Meineke has you covered with certified technicians, free digital e-inspections with pictures and videos, and financing options. They're there to not only help you start your engine, but keep it running smoothly all year long. They're your one-stop shop for car care needs. Schedule an appointment today by visiting Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke, doing car care right.
It's easy to forget we've got a lot to be thankful for. A gorgeous place to live, friendly people, and the freedom to be our best. Apple Auto Glass wants to remind you of how wonderful things still are and how fortunate we are. And of course, when you need to fix a crack in your windshield, side window, or mirror, you can trust Apple Auto Glass. When you call Apple Auto Glass, you'll speak with Harold or one of his associates, not some mystery man from an 800 number. So take time, give thanks, and when you need to fix your glass, call Apple Auto Glass, Allegheny Avenue in Lynchburg.
When shopping for auto liability insurance, it's wise to consider the best policy, not the cheapest. Hi, I'm Randy Trost with Trost Law. It's crucial to have more than the minimum insurance on your auto liability policy. This protects you if you injure someone or if someone without proper insurance hurts you. Having the right policy ensures you have sufficient underinsured coverage to take care of you and your family. To learn more how we can help you navigate these challenges, visit us at trostlaw.com. That's trostlaw.com.
VTR and Sports powered by ESPN Radio. Plenty of NFL action this week, starting on Thanksgiving at noon with Packers at Lions, Chiefs at Cowboys, then some Hokies basketball, and the nightcap, Bengals at Ravens. A Black Friday special starts at 2:30 as the Bears take on the Eagles. Then Sunday at 12:30, a triple-header, Rams at Panthers, Bills at Steelers, and Broncos at Commanders. And don't forget, Monday Night Football, Giants at Patriots, coverage starts at 7 p.m. VTR and Sports powered by ESPN Radio. The games play here, 93.3 FM, 1320 AM, and on the VTRN Sports app.
Recently in the Fast Lane, we've gotten perspective on what needs to change with the Liberty Flames from John Manson of ASeaofRed.com. High school football playoff action with Bob Alvis of the Sports Buffet podcast, plus different perspectives on Virginia Tech's hiring of James Franklin, from the TechSideline.com crew to rap mogul and high school football coach Uncle Luke and former NFL QB Ryan Leaf. Hear it all, Fastlane Ed Lane, where you listen to podcasts. Stay connected, Fastlane Ed Lane, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and join us Monday in the Fastlane, 5 to 6 p.m. on the VTR and Sports app in 93.3 FM.
Wednesday in the morning warm-up, Bryson Gordon joined us to talk about Liberty's collapse against Louisiana Tech that will cost them a chance at a bowl game. And Andy Bitter, TechSideline.com, assesses the Hokies' chances at upsetting the Hoos on Saturday. That will do it for us this week as we enjoy Thanksgiving with our families. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. We'll be back reacting to the weekend on Monday, December 1st. So join us on the morning warm-up. 7 to 8 a.m. on VTRN Sports, 93.3 FM, 1320 a.m., and on the VTRN Sports app. VTRN Sports, powered by ESPN Radio. The games play here. College football action this Saturday. Starting with the game. 11:30 a.m. is your coverage for Ohio State taking on Michigan. Then it's Oregon taking on Washington. Then at 5 p.m., it's the Commonwealth Clash as the Hokies head to Charlottesville to take on the Cavaliers. Then after Virginia Tech, Virginia, it'll be Notre Dame heading out to take on Stanford. VTRN Sports, powered by ESPN Radio. The games play here. 93.3 FM, 1320 a.m. The VTRN Sports app and Ask Your Smart Speaker open VTRN Sports.
In most things, it's hard to go from ordinary to extraordinary. It's easy with your home or business. Call the Concrete Wizard and transform your place into an extraordinary space. If you're tired of looking at unsightly concrete, then bring light to your old surfaces. Call the Concrete Wizard for free design consultations, free estimates, and fast professional.
Coach Kennedy here, and I'm here to introduce you to the fastest growing church in Forest, Virginia, Impact Church. If you want to find out how to be on the winning team for eternity, Impact Church is a place for you. Here is more now from Pastor Brad.
Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Brad from Impact Church in Forest, and I want to extend a special invitation to you and your family to join us each Sunday at 10 a.m. at our new location in the Jefferson Forest High School auditorium. We are a church that stands on and preaches all of God's word unashamedly because we believe and know that God changes lives through his word. Impact has a heart for evangelism, a mission to make disciples who follow Christ, and we are active in our community. The Spirit of the Lord is moving. God is doing an amazing work through Impact Church, and we would love for you and your family and friends to come be a part of it as we make an impact for Christ. We look forward to meeting you this Sunday at 10 a.m. at Jefferson Forest High School.
One of the many things I'm thankful for this year is InsaneRadioDeals.com because the best deals are all there for you. Liberty Flames football tickets, InsaneRadioDeals.com. Gift cards to Oliver's on Rivermont, Caribbean Jerk Pot, JD's Cafe, downtown Cairo, InsaneRadioDeals.com. Great deals just in time for the holiday season at InsaneRadioDeals.com. Head to the site right now before they run out. Central VA Flooring is a proud supporter of local high school football. Why? Because the culture at Central VA Flooring is built on teamwork, dedication, and community support. Teamwork means the right consult who truly listens to what you want and need for your home or business. Dedication is doing the job right and the community spirit of the entire Central VA Flooring team behind your project. Visit centralvaflooring.com and drop by Central VA Flooring on Timberlake Road to experience the power of teamwork, dedication, and community spirit.
Leaks on the offensive line, in the defensive secondary, or with special teams coverage create problems in football. Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating knows leaks at your home or business create problems too, like building and belonging productivity. That's why you should call Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating at 525-3313 when a leak is threatening your home or business. Clyde Smith Plumbing and Heating at 525-3313, proudly supporting JF athletes, coaches, and all activity participants.
True health isn't about judgment, it's about empowerment. At Crossroads Family Dentistry, we partner with you to help you understand your options and make the best decisions for your health.
Pretty intense conversation with Coach Cruz. I'm not sure what they are talking about.
So, 3rd down and 6, Jefferson Forest. Defense trying to make a stand. It's GW ball, 3rd and 6 at their own 35. That last JF drive before our technical issues ended with a 3 and out. They punted it back to GW. The drive started at the 31. They're up to the 35. And with 1:15 to go in the first quarter, 13-0. JF still on top here at GW Danville. Working through technical issues, we've got a space heater. Our MiFi card's acting finicky because it's a pretty chilly evening here in Danville, Virginia. It has not been warm at all across the region, but alas, here we are. And the referees initially conferred with JT Cruz and the JF coaching staff, as you heard just a moment ago. And now they're talking with GW Danville staff, and it has been an extensive delay all to get us back to where we are finally set to resume action. Clock's going to go under $1:10 to go. And a snap, this time it's a handoff, fired across the far side of the field. Ball caught, popped out. JF trying to slide on it. Looks like they've got it at their own 35. We will see if it's a catch and a JF fumble. It is! JF football.
Wow, what a great job. So we actually had a slant route by number 10 right there. Josiah Sanders slanting across the middle, makes a great catch, takes about 2 steps, gets hit by the safety, the ball pops out, and JF has it. What a great play and a turnover right there.
Yeah, that is a fantastic play. Charleston Harris, who's come up big the last couple of weeks, helps to dislodge that ball. It lands on the grass. 2 Cavaliers tried to fall on it, but the third one was the charm, and JF's got it now. 4 yards from midfield. They'll snap it with $1:03 to go in the first quarter, trying to grow their 13-0 lead here at GW Danville in this VHSL Class 4 regional final, also known as the state quarters. In around Fox, left side, under a tackle at the 50-yard line, slung forward from the 47 down to the 45 of GW. He picks up 9, and JF's got 2nd and 1 coming up.
Well, I tell you what, that's the first time we've seen the counter, the wing counter right there. What a great play, a little bit offbeat right there for the Eagles, and that was a solid 7, almost 8-yard run right there by number 15, Cam Fox.
They'll call it 2nd down and 2, the 8-yard run for JF. They'll need to get to the 44. They mark him at the 46 of GW, what's likely the final play of the first quarter. JF approaches the line of scrimmage now. GF's bearing down a 5-man front. They are trying to get low on this JF run-blocking offense. Misdirection run. Coleman into round. Tries to turn the corner. 45. Does just enough. Down to about the 43. It should be enough for a JF first down as it stops the clock with 15 seconds to go before the end of the first quarter.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I thought that little wing, that was a little different play right there, almost a wing reversed, and I thought Sander Coleman had a chance to turn that into a huge play. But let me tell you what, the speed, number 4 right there, Matos, able to track him down. That's pretty amazing speed.
That is the end of the first quarter. The JF crowd on the side where we are rises to applaud the effort of the Cavaliers after 1. They have a 13-0 lead, and they're driving at GW Danville. We come back with the second quarter after this, presented by TrostLaw.com.
Hi, I'm Randy Trost.
All right.
Our staff at Trost wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I mean, as long as it stays on, I really don't
please
care.
celebrate responsibly. At Trost Law, we have experienced handling all types of personal injury cases. Sadly, that means we've seen the devastating impacts of drinking and driving. So on behalf of our team at Trost Law, please plan ahead. Select your designated driver this holiday season. And if you've been the victim of a drinking or drugged driver, we're here to help. Visit us at Trost Law.
I can't be paying a ton of attention. What's up?
Magic City Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bedford is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson Forest High School football. At Magic City, we take great pride in our community and the people who call it home. And when it comes to providing Bedford and the surrounding communities with outstanding sales and service, Magic City leads the way. Stop in at Magic City Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bedford at 1750 Independence Boulevard, or shop us at MagicCityBedford.com. MagicCityBedford.com.
This is Jefferson Park Cavaliers football presented by TrostLaw.com.
1st and 10 from JF. It's an inside give to Barnett. Is he down at the 35 or is it a fumble? The referees say it's a fumble by Gabe Barnett at the 35. And the first break that GW could get finally comes in the early second quarter as JF turns it right back over, and GW will try to get something going offensively. They've struggled so far, down 13-0, 7 seconds into quarter number 2.
Yeah, big mistake right there, Gabe Barnett. And again, there's a little bit of expectation that on a cold night like tonight, the ball will get on the ground, and that's exactly what happened right there for the Cavaliers.
Gabe Barnett had the opening kick for a touchdown to give JF a 6-0 lead, but he coughs it up there. So kind of take the good with the bad if you're JF. That's the nature of especially a cold night that Coach Kennedy mentioned. 31 degrees, but feels colder, especially with the wind. Snap, handoff, up the middle, off the left side of the line. Eventually goes Alex Brandon, and up to about the 45. He slams his way up there, gains about 9, 2nd and 1. Actually, they mark it up to the 41 is where he's down, correction. So it's a gain of about 5, 2nd and 5 coming up for GW.
Yeah, Pierce Brooks right there, staying home, able to make that tackle right there, but a good solid 5-yard run on the first down.
Covington calls for the shotgun snap, and it's a handoff to Brandon. Good surge on the line up past the 45, near the 46, close to the first down marker. It depends on the spot, and the referees are going to say he's down at the 45, so it'll be 3rd and 1 for GW. You've got to feel the aggressiveness probably ramping up for Nick Anderson's squad, trailing 13-0 in the early portion of the second quarter.
Well, again, this is the first time we've seen them put together a couple back-to-back good runs.
And now up under center, snap. It's a handoff. Brandon left side barrels into a couple of JF defenders. Brought down by Luke Johnson just shy of midfield, but he needed about a half yard. He gained 4. It's going to move the chains for GW trying to get to JF side of the field down by 13.
Yeah, that was the best set of 3 downs they put together the whole game so far. And they're in a hurry up. They're in a power run formation right now.
Covington, this time it's a snap off the left side, burrowing his way, but not much traction there, down to about the 47 of JF. 48-47, picked up about 2 to 3 yards to Dominic Neal Hairston, and it'll be second, and we'll call it 7 for GW.
Well, I tell you, GW has decided they're going to have to try to go in their power formation, which is almost a wishbone look. That's what they're running right here. Straight up, 3 guys in the backfield, wishbone run.
It's very similar to the old Bob Christmas era at JF. Now it's a snap, handoff to the deeper back. Brandon breaks free in the clear. Stiff arms a Cavalier defender, but a good job riding him down at the 35 is Luke Johnson. It wasn't pretty. Still picking up the first down as Brandon on the run, but holding on for dear life means no trip to the Impact Church end zone just yet for GW.
Well, I tell you, GW's got something going here right now for the first time all game out of this wishbone formation that they have dual with their power of their front and the extra blockers in the backfield. They have really changed it up.
GW first and 10 at the JF 36. They'll snap it off the right hash mark. Cavaliers with a 5-man front. 4 of them are down linemen. Handoff Brandon left side. Tripped up at the 35. Lunges forward to about the 33. We'll call it a gain of 3 for 2nd and 7.
I tell you, they got a good. Their workhorse is number 6 for the Eagles right there. Lipscomb, he is their bread and butter on running the ground game. And this series now, they've actually put together a number of first downs, and they have done that with their power run formation.
They give them the 32, so 2nd and 6 coming up for GW. Ball is going to be a couple of feet inside that right hash mark. They're working into the wind, left to right. Snap, handoff, Brandon hitting the backfield. Slade Kazee shed his blocker, brought him down first. Bryson Spano was there to help clean up, and it'll be 3rd and long coming up for the Eagles.
Well, I tell you what, they had the H-back coming in motion right there, and he's actually kicking out the defensive tackle, which was Slade Kazee, and Slade Kazee was actually able to get upfield enough that the kick-out block never happened, and then he was able to make that tackle for a one in the backfield. So now they're in 3rd and 6 right now.
And no gain is what that ultimately resulted. Brandon's done a good job falling forward. He is the deepest back out of the wishbone and gets the carry off the left side into the JF defense down to about the 30. He stood up over on the far side. Charleston Harris was there to help make the stop. Also Spencer Sloan. And it'll bring up 4th down, and we'll call it 4 for GW. Obviously keeping the offense on the field down 13-0.
Yeah, their wishbone formation. They threw that back in there on that 3rd down. But JF really did a good job. And Coach for the Eagles feeling like he's got to go for this right now on 4th and 4.
They're working into the wind, so a field goal would be more challenging. They're also down 13-0. Pitch play to Brandon, left side. Tries to turn the corner. Undercut at the 30. Not going to get there. Knocked out of bounds over on the far side. Bryson Spano undercut him. And it looks like it'll be a turnover on downs, although we are holding our breath because the officials are conferring right now to see if there's any flag or penalty or anything else. And
they got a
hold on GW, so you obviously decline that, and it will be a turnover on downs as the JF defense comes jumping over to the near sideline.
Wow, the defense has absolutely come to play tonight in this regional finals right there. They had 4th down and 4th down and 4, and they tried to sweep with the extra blockers out of that formation of the wishbone right there, but JF did a good job shutting that down before he was able to get upfield.
Credit the Cavalier defense coach. GW picked up some first downs. They tried a new look with the wishbone. JF's defense bent, but they did not break. They stood up big when it mattered. Now they get a crack back at 1st and 10 at their own 29, 7:50 to go, 2nd quarter, up 13-0. Pitch, Coleman over to the left side, turns the corner at the 30, accelerates 35. 50 down the left side, 40, 30. He keeps accelerating, 20, 15, 10, 5. He's in to the Impact Church end zone for the JF touchdown.
Wow, what a great job right there. What a great job with the adjustments made on blocking the edge right there. That time they had to instead of the wideout blocking the corner, the wideout came back and went down on the linebacker, And that time they let number 15, Cam Fox, actually just be a lead blocker on the corner, and that was a perfect block combination for that to be a touchdown.
Howard on to attempt the extra point. He's 1 for 2 of those so far this evening. Law blocked the first one. He's the Liberty commit. Snap is good. Law got his hand on it, but it's got enough arm or leg, shall we say, from Howard to bang through the uprights. 20-0 JF after Xander Coleman's touchdown run from 71 yards out. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll reassess when we return on JF Cavalier Football, presented by TrostLaw.com. They lead at GW 20-0. 7:37 to go before halftime.
Leaks on the
I feel like we've been talking about Xander Coleman's breakaway speed all season long and haven't quite seen it until tonight.
Well, even in the cold, he was moving in the cold.
Like building and
blocking. If it would have been warmer, he probably would have been a little faster.
Well, maybe not. You run a little fast when it gets cold sometimes.
It's threatening your homer business.
I don't know. It depends on it for me. When it's this cold, I freeze up a little bit.
JF athletes, coaches, and all activity participants.
Danville's like some deer in the headlights right now, man. They are.
Misdirection, the power, the speed, the
Central
blend
VA
of it.
Flooring is built on teamwork, dedication, and community support.
I had the U moment. He gets to the 50.
Oh! What you want and need.
Uh-oh.
Dedication is doing the job right, and the community spirit of the entire Central VA Flooring team behind your project. Visit centralvaflooring.com and drop by Central VA Flooring on Timberlake Road to experience the power of teamwork, dedication, and community spirit.
This is Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football presented by TrostLaw.com. Cavaliers about big plays. The latest for Xander Coleman's 71-yard touchdown run. This time the upback on the return for DW Nazir Wilson, the cornerback, and the sophomore takes it up past the 40 to the 42. 20-0 JF lead, 7.5 to go before halftime. I feel like we've been saying all year, watch out for those extra gears of Xander Coleman. He kind of found third gear, maybe fourth a couple times, but tonight he's found fifth gear on his touchdown run from 30 yards out on the end around, and then that 71-yard touchdown run where he broke away down the near sideline.
Yeah, no, he's got exceptional speed, and we're having an opportunity to see it tonight as he's gotten into the open and being able to do what he can do as an athlete.
Octavian Covington up under center, handoff to Barnes up past the middle, and it's Brandon correction up, bangs past the tackle at the 48 and gets up to midfield. Good physical run by Alex Brandon. GW needs that, a lot more of it, and quickly. They picked up 7. They're down 20-0, 7-ish to go before halftime.
Yeah, they love him following the big fullback right there. They got their fullback, Harrison, who's helping in there doing some blocking.
Covington from under center, offset eye, handoff, not much traction there. Barely into JF territory, we'll call it down to the 49. A gain of 1 on that interior run by Dominic Neal Harrison, who after the block on the first down run gets the tote on second down.
Well, I tell you what, that was just a quick dive play right there, and the defense was ready for it for a short 1-yard gain, and it looks like now they're, again, switching up personnel. Looks like they got their big personnel in right here.
JF trying to bow up defensively like they've done already. High snap, Covington, QB keeper left side has the first down at the JF 45. Follows blockers down to about the 43 between the left hash mark and the number, and he's brought down over on the far side. Gained 6 when he needed about 2, and GW kind of since that urgency, it's been high, and it's only intensifying. They're trailing JF 20-0, 6:15 before halftime.
Well, they mixed up their offense right there. They went with no back, just a quarterback, and he was the only runner, and he just followed off tackle.
This time it's a snap. Brandon will get it off the right side. Tries to follow blockers. Nope. Not going to be brought down at all in the open field. Harrison Carter, who's filling in for the injured Dax Rowland, comes up with his first big play. Got some help with Logan Hamilton standing up the right side of the offensive line, and it's a gain of about a yard. A good open field tackle by JF.
Yeah, again, JF really is buckling down right there, and we got to bring up Harrison Carter, number 4 right there. He is in for the injured Dax Rowland, and he is getting his money's worth right now at that outside linebacker spot on the strong side, lined up underneath the bunch.
Covington, snap, handoff, Brandon, hit underneath. He tried to get forward. Bentley Jones was the first to hit him at the 40-yard line. JF pushes him back. He'll get forward progress, but a good job undercutting that run by Alex Brandon was Bentley Jones, came over on the far side linebacker spot, and it's only a gain of about 2.
Well, puts them in third long here right now for the Eagles now. There is no doubt they are living and dying right now on 4 down territory where they're at right here. And again, they're going with no back.
GW, an empty backfield, 2 tight ends. Covington takes it, snap, looks to his left, fires across the far side of the field, incomplete. Coleman tried to dive and intercepted at about the 25 on the far side. Slow to get up, but finally does. May have just had the wind knocked out of him as he trots back. 4th down and 6 coming up for GW. Will reset. 4:49 to go in the second quarter. It's 20-0. JF.
Wow, big play right there going on the pass. I think they thought they were going to fool them because they went with the no back empty formation again, and that time the quarterback acted like he was going to run and then pulled up and just trying to find a receiver, but had nobody.
Cameron Stevens is lined up like he's going to punt the football. Matos, the up back, could run it. He is off the left side. JF's not even rushing. They're guarding against the fake punt on 4th and 6 at the 39. Stevens takes it, does put his left leg into this, so it will be a punt. It'll bounce to the 15 to the 10. 5. Does it roll into the Impact Church end zone, or can GW down it just before it gets there? It's second option. Good punt by GW. They play the field position game. They punt it 38 yards down to the 1, and JF's offense with 2 timeouts to go before halftime, up 20-0, backed up in the shadow of their own Impact Church end zone.
Well, they are. They're in a tough spot right here. It looks like the ball's going to be marked at around the 1 or the 2 yard line, and JF's going to have to fight their way out of the end zone right here because they're going to basically be taking the snap pretty close to the goal line.
20-0. JF leads at GW, but they're deep in their own territory. Obviously, ball security is paramount here with 4:37 to go before halftime. Jackson from under center. It's a quick handoff to Fox. Not a lot of traction there, but go forward for a couple of yards to get a little bit further away for second down, and we'll call it about 8.
Yeah, and again, it's imperative right now for the Cavaliers to try to get some momentum to come out of this field position that they're stuck in right now down here with their backs to the goal line. That was probably the best play for the Eagles all night, was that punt, putting them this deep in their own territory right here.
Punt was down to the 1. They only give JF a yard on that first down tote, so it's second down and 9 for JF. Jack Lee split wide to the right, to the wider left side is Lucas Johnson. Just note that with Jackson working out of the shotgun snap, he'll keep it himself. Takes the pitch, follows his blockers off the right side of the line, cuts back up the middle, and gets to about the 5-6 yard line. A little hard to tell with where we're perched over on the visitor side at GW, but it's enough elbow room for JF now to make it a more manageable third down, and at least more room if you're going to punt this ball back to GW.
Yeah, that looks like the ball's down at right about the 6 yard line, which puts them in a 3rd and 4 right here. And if they do not get this first down, the punter will be punting this ball from his own end zone.
3:20 and counting down in the first half of play. And up in the gun is Jackson. Snap, misdirection handoff. Fox right side in the clear. 20, accelerates down the far sideline, 40, into GW territory, finally drugged down from behind at the GW 40-yard line. But Cam Fox with a big run there. He picks it up and into GW territory as he gets 55 yards for JF. A first down and a total reframe of the final 3:07 in the first half.
Wow, what an incredible run right there by Cam Fox. That was a misdirection to him away from the slot receiver formation and the motion of the Rocket, and the whole defense so wholesale to the strong side, and he just absolutely broke that one backside.
We'll call it a 53-yard run. They're going to spot the ball on the right hash mark at the GW 41. Now JF can start thinking about building their 20-0 lead. 2:47 and counting down before halftime. Jackson from the gun. Barnett now in motion. Jackson keeping all the way. Left side inside the 40. Keeps his legs turning down to about the 39 before he's pushed backwards. And JF picks up 2 and at least gets forward progress and can reset things. We'll reset for you. We're approaching the 2-minute mark. And a reminder, life doesn't give you a 2-minute warning. So you might want to swing by Coach Kennedy's guy, Andy Matthews, your Erie Family Life Agent on Waterlick Road in Lynchburg, to see if a life insurance plan is right for you.
Well, GW has not changed up their defense. They still have their 5-3 defense, and that's what they are living on right now to try to slow down this Cavaliers offense, and it is not working.
Barnett in motion from left to right. He'll get it on the pitch play to the far side. Breaks tackles past the 40, 35. Accelerates past the 30 of GW. Down to the 25. He's pushed out of bounds. Right past there. But JF gets another first down as the clock goes under 2 minutes here in the second quarter.
Well, Gabe Barnett doing it that time on the outside run. Last time when he ran inside, he had that turnover on that last series, but now he finds room on the outside to get it. It's all about the blocking. It's about the blocking of number one, the slot receiver, and getting help from the inside wing.
That was a 17-yard run from Gabe Barnett. Took it from the 39 down to the GW 22. 148 and counting down in the first half. Fox to the left of Jackson out of the gun. Ball's going to be snapped off the right hash mark. Fake handoff. Jackson keeps it himself inside the 20. Banged down by a couple of GW defenders, notably Jerry Nicholson, the defensive end who came in and pinched down. Law was also there, the Liberty University commit. But JF's done a good job running away from him this evening as he's a big menacing presence in the middle of that defense.
Yeah, again, Peyton Jackson calling his own number right there. And not a lot there, but again, it just gives the defense enough that they have to concentrate on all the running backs, both the wings and the quarterback being able to be a runner.
Lee split wide to the right. Fox is going to line up to the left of Jackson. Pitch play, Coleman, left side, turns the corner, breaks the tackle, 20, 15 to the 10, stops at the 5, then cuts back into the Impact Church end zone for his third rushing touchdown of the night.
Well, again, there is no answer for the rocket sweep by the GW Danville Eagles. They have not figured out how to get enough guys out there. But again, the blocking tonight by the Cavaliers on the edge has been superb. And that has given Xander Coleman an opportunity to run up and down this field with his speed.
Jonas Howard is going to come on to attempt the extra point. That's a great point, though, Coach. As much as that's been Xander Coleman, he's been able to turn the edge to utilize his speed because of the blocking. They wait to call for the snap. It's down. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it's just inside the right upright to make it 27-0 Jefferson Forest leading GW. 59 seconds to go before halftime on JF Cavalier Football, presented by TrostLaw.com.
What if you knew that true health and wellness starts in your mouth? At Crossroads Family Dentistry in Forest, we believe your oral health is a window into your overall body health. Your mouth isn't a separate entry, it's a critical part of a complex system. That's why we take a co-diagnostic approach. We don't just tell you what you need, we show you using simple language and digital imaging. For a collaborative approach,
Kennedy,
your oral health.
directing the cheerleaders.
Family Dentistry on 221 in
Half of
Forest.
them I've had in class.
How easy it is to get life insurance on the radio and internet. But what they don't say is you may not be getting the very best rate. If you've been needing to buy life insurance, why not buy
GW Eagles are in shock right now.
located right here in Lynchburg? You'll get the truth about
It's not
buying
just
life
the
insurance.
I mean, it comes back to their schedule. I mean, they played crap teams all year.
Contact Andy Matthews, a licensed Erie Family Life agent.
I would think
For 33
almost if
years
I
of
were in that
experience,
district,
Andy
every
Matthews
non-district
is your
team I
go-to
play would
agent
be as
in life
far as I can
insurance.
make it. I go down to Charlotte and play them. I play anybody.
Forest Cavaliers football presented by TrostLaw.com.
Xander Coleman, his third touchdown run. That time he had some acceleration and then just stopped and cut on a dime at the 5 to get up 19 more yards. He has 3 touchdown runs. He's over the century mark just on that alone. Austin Walker's ensuing kickoff fielded on the far side of the 35 up to the 39, not even back to the 40. Minimal returns as JF's coverage has been outstanding, and they've benefited from a breakdown in coverage on the opening kick from GW Danville as Gabe Barnett took it 85 yards to the house for the non-Xander Coleman score. It's 27-0 JF leading at GW. 57 seconds before halftime, and you mentioned it, Coach. GW almost feels like they're in shock as what JF has done this evening.
Well, I tell you, they their first game of the season, they played a team out of North Carolina, which is a very good team. They got thumped pretty good. Other than that, they have had a pretty easy run through the Piedmont, and they are just struggling right now because they are up against a good, very good football team that they really have not had a chance to play against.
Yeah, that's a really good point. They played Reedsville, who's got the number 35 player in the country, a tight end going to Oregon. But since then, it's been Magna Vista and pretty much no one else. Handoff inside this time, and up past the 40 to the 42 goes Brandon. We'll call the gain of 3 for GW. They've got all 3 timeouts. And, you know, on the one hand, you love to get points before the break and get the ball to start the second half. On the other, They're trying to just figure out what works against JF.
Well, the big thing right now is that they just aren't good at throwing the football.
And they have to now as Covington takes it, drops back under duress. Logan Hamilton the first to get him, but he's not the last. Hamilton was there initially. Spencer Sloan comes in along with Pearson Brooks. And JF with a sack. It's a loss of 2, but they have been feasting on leftover pressures here from GW on what's going to be the final play of the first half.
Well,
GW looking at their sideline, clearly they look content to try to go in and hit the reset button.
They have no answer. They're struggling running the football, and they can't throw it. They are in a loss right now.
It is 27-0. Jefferson Forest at halftime. The one thing you will guard against is celebrating like the game is over. But JF, your assessment of the first half, Coach, last week they gutted out a victory. They got that second-round monkey off of their back up in Winchester against John Hanley. And you wondered if they'd exhale, what would happen tonight. They came out literally from the get-go, taking the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. They have been in the lead. They have been in control, and they have imposed their will on this GW team through 24 minutes of play.
Yeah, no, it's been a great, amazing first 24 minutes of this football game, but they have to go in that locker room and get focused for another 24 because last week when Sharanda was here, Sharanda was ahead at halftime and ended up not scoring another point the rest of the game, and Danville came back and beat them.
Hold on to that thought, Coach. We'll get Coach Kennedy's keys to the second half presented by Magic City Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Bedford in just a bit. But when we return, Ty Tracy will get you updated on scores that have gone on. Trey Lyle, our executive producer, may not want to be listening because he's an Eagles fan. It wasn't a good day for them. But we'll get updated, some college scores, high school action, including the big one at City Stadium. We're at halftime, though. It's Jefferson Forest 27, GW nothing on JF Cavalier Football presented by TrostLaw.com.
Young adults face unique stresses and challenges more than ever. That's why the Forest Youth Athletic Association's mission is providing a safe arena where growing children can learn the rules and values that come from athletic competition.
Say it again.
FYAA sports like wiffle ball, t-ball, baseball, softball, lacrosse, soccer, football, flag football, basketball, and cheer foster a culture of fair play and sportsmanship while developing skills and character that last beyond playing the game. Visit forestyouth.org to register for a sport or to share your time and resources.
Got a crack problem? You know the symptoms. Poor reaction time. Can't see straight. Endless financial mess. Apple Auto Glass knows cracks in your windshield lead to serious problems for you and everyone on the roads. So bring your car to Apple Auto Glass as soon as you see the crack. Apple Auto Glass is still locally owned on Allegheny Avenue in Lynchburg, so you'll speak with Harold, not Mystery Man from an 800 number. They'll handle insurance claims too. Apple Auto Glass, your local shop ensuring fast solutions to your windshield crack problems.
Hi, I'm Randy Trost with Trost Law. We've seen a lot since 1982. One new issue is an increasing number of uninsured drivers. Unfortunately, when these drivers are at fault for an accident, there's a higher likelihood that they'll flee from the scene, leaving you with a potential mess. So in shopping for your auto insurance policy, please keep in mind that strong, uninsured motorist coverage can protect you from this headache. And if you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, call us at 777-HURT and visit TrostLaw.com.
In most cases, it's hard to go from ordinary to extraordinary. It's easy with your home or business. Call the Concrete Wizard and transform your place into an extraordinary space. If you're tired of looking at unsightly concrete, then bring light to your old surfaces. Call the Concrete Wizard for free design consultations, free estimates, and fast professional concrete resurfacing. And visit theconcretewizard.com for ideas from other before and after photos.
It's the perfect time to take your car to Meineke to make sure your engine starts perfectly this year. Whether you need tires, brakes, engine repairs, or simply an oil change, Meineke has you covered with certified technicians, free digital e-inspections with pictures and videos, and financing options. They're there to not only help you start your engine, but keep it running smoothly all year long. They're your one-stop shop for car care needs. Schedule an appointment today by visiting Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke, doing car care right.
They do a 15-minute halftime.
One of the many things I'm thankful for this year is InsaneRadioDeals.com, because the best deals are all there for you. Liberty Flames football tickets, InsaneRadioDeals.com. Gift cards to Oliver's on Rivermont, Caribbean Jerk Pod, JD's Cafe, downtown Cairo, InsaneRadioDeals.com. Great deals just in time for the holiday season at insaneradiodeals.com. Head to the site right now before they run out.
This is Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football presented by TrostLaw.com.
Welcome to the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football halftime show presented by TrustLaw.com. I'm your host, Todd Tracy. What can I say about the game right now? As Jefferson Forest is dominant.
I played in Ohio.
Jefferson Forest is dominating right now, 27-0. It's just been this Xander Coleman show. I mean, it's three touchdowns under him off the rocket sweep. I mean, this man just been dominating. First, he was playing quarterback the first round. Now he just taking over like it's nothing.
Again next Saturday.
But as I was saying, Jefferson Forest is really playing good right now. They're really dominating against a real good athletic GW Danville Eagles team, but I feel like they haven't faced a good defense like this. And I think right now, Jefferson Forest got them pinned back in the corner. They don't know what to do. They try and figure out what to do. And they just been getting inside their head, making run some plays. They never run. Now they're deep in their playbook that they never been to. So I just feel like they really finally met somebody that can push them around. And that's what Jeff is doing right now. They pushing around. But as for right now, it's 27-0. It's a new game. It's a new ball game. Second half, 0-0. The one thing I always say and mention for the last whole season, for the whole season, that JT Cruz and the JF defense are really good when it comes to the second half. Coach Cruz makes some great adjustments, and defense plays to another level. And usually they hold opponents like no more than one touchdown or less. So that's why I feel like GW Danville is really going to be making some real huge adjustments, because they know in the second half that GW, excuse everyone, Jefferson Forest Cavaliers defense plays a whole nother level in the second half, and right now they are licking their chops because they got them down 27-0, and they're ready to end the game. So GW will have to make some huge adjustments, but last week, as said, they was down, I think 14-7. If I believe against Sharando, they came back and won. So I just feel like that Jefferson Forest will have to play great football because GW knows how to make a comeback. So this is probably the biggest deficit they've ever been in so far. So right now you gotta take their heart. You gotta go for the kill shot. And that's the only thing. So that's my thoughts and take about the first half. Second half, I just believe Coach JT Cruz and the defense go play another whole nother level. So next, after this commercial break, I'm gonna give y'all some high school scores and some college scores, some high school updates, high school halftime updates around the area, and some college scores. So don't go nowhere. This is the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers halftime show presented by TrostLaw.com.
It's easy to forget we've got a lot to be thankful for. A gorgeous place to live, friendly people, and the freedom to be our best. Apple Auto Glass wants to remind you of how wonderful things still are and how and of course, when you need to fix a crack in your windshield, side window, or mirror, you can trust Apple Auto Glass. When you call Apple Auto Glass, you'll speak with Harold or one of his associates, not some mystery man from an 800 number. So take time, give thanks. When you need to fix your glass, call Apple Auto Glass, Allegheny Avenue in Lynchburg.
ECN Sports ESPN Radio. The games play here. College football action is Saturday. Starting with the game. 11:30 a.m. is your coverage for Ohio State taking on Michigan. Then Oregon taking on Washington. Then at 5 p.m. it's the Commonwealth Clash as the Hokies and Charlottesville take on the Cavaliers. Then after Virginia Tech, Virginia, it will be Notre Dame heading out to take on Stanford. VTRN Sports powered by ESPN Radio. The games play here. 93.3 FM, 1320 a.m. The VTRN Sports app and at your smart speaker open to VTRN Sports. VTRN Sports powered by ESPN Radio. Plenty of NFL action this week, starting on Thanksgiving at noon with Packers at Lions, Chiefs at Cowboys, then some Hokies basketball, Cap, Bengals at Ravens. A Black Friday special starts at 2:30 as the Bears take on the Eagles. Then Sunday at 12:30, a tripleheader. Rams at Panthers, Bills at Steelers, and Broncos at Commanders. And don't forget, Monday Night Football, Giants at Patriots, starts at 7 p.m. VTRN Sports powered by ESPN Radio. The games play here, 93.3 FM, 1320 a.m., and on the VTRN Sports app.
Recently in the Fast Lane, we've discussed the good, like the seasons for JMU, Old Dominion, and UVA. and the not as good. The change is likely coming to the Liberty Flames and Virginia Tech Hokies. Hear it all, Fastlane Ed Lane, where you listen to podcasts. Stay abreast over the Thanksgiving holiday. Fastlane Ed Lane, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And we thank you. And join us when we return in the Fast Lane Monday, 5 to 6 p.m. on the VTRN Sports app, 93.3 FM, and Ask Your Smart Speaker, Open VTRN Sports.
Wednesday in the morning warm-up, Bryson Gordon joined us to talk about Liberty's collapse against Louisiana Tech that will cost them a chance at a bowl game. And Andy Bitter, TechSideline.com, assesses the Hokies' chances at upsetting the Hoos on Saturday. That will do it for us this week as we enjoy Thanksgiving with our families. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. We'll be back reacting to the weekend on Monday, December 1st. So join us on the morning warm-up, 7 to 8 a.m. on VTRN Sports, 93.3 FM, 1320 a.m., and on the VTRN Sports app.
You're listening to Jefferson Forest Cavalier football on Virginia's talk station, WIQO Forest, 100.9 FM.
There are a bunch of guys in this team that like certain things. They could be certainly D3 players, but lower in D1. They don't have like the power 4. This guy's got that ball written all over him.
This is Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football, presented by TrostLaw.com.
Welcome back to the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers halftime show. Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football halftime show presented by TrostLaw.com. I'm your host, Todd Tracy. Now let's go to some halftime scores around the area. As right now we got the Magna Vista versus Lower Bottoms. Right now Magna Vista up 21-7. Close ball game between the second rematch between Heritage versus LCA, as LCA is up by 1 touchdown, 7-0. And then we got Glenvar versus Gretna, as right now Glenvar is up 14-0 against Gretna. And as I said before, JF is up against GW Danville 27-0. So those are your halftime scores around the area. Next, let's go to some college sports, as I'm going to announce the BTRN Sports for tomorrow and NFL Sunday. As right now, first game for tomorrow, we got the Ohio State Buckeyes versus the Michigan Warriors. Cover starts at 11:30. Kickoff starts at 12. The Oregon Ducks versus the Washington Huskies, as cover starts at 3. Kickoff starts at 3:30. Virginia battle for the Commonwealth as Virginia Cavaliers versus the Virginia Tech Hokies, as cover starts at 5. Kickoff starts at 7. Then we got our last game for Saturday night: Notre Dame Fighting Irish versus the Stanford Cardinals, as cover starts at 10, kickoff starts at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. As I said before, Ohio State versus Michigan, cover starts at 11:30, kickoff starts at 12. Oregon Ducks versus the Washington Huskies, with cover starts at 3, kickoff starts at 3:30. Virginia Cavaliers versus the Virginia Tech Hokies, with cover starts at 5, kickoff starts at 7. Then the last game was Saturday night. We got Notre Dame versus Stanford, as cover starts at 10, kickoff starts at 10:30. Then now we got NFL Sunday, BTRN for NFL Sunday, triple header. We got the LA Rams versus the Carolina Panthers. Cover starts at 12:30. Kickoff starts at 1. The Buffalo Bills versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, as cover starts at 4. Kickoff starts at 4:25 p.m. Then Sunday night, we got the Denver Broncos versus the Washington Commanders. Cover starts at 7:30. Kickoff starts at 8:20 p.m. As I said before, LA Rams versus the Carolina Panthers. Cover starts at 12:30. Kickoff starts at 1. Buffalo Bills versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, with cover starts at 4, kickoff starts at 4:25. The Denver Broncos versus the Washington Commanders, with cover starts at 7:30, kickoff starts at 7. Kickoff starts at 7:30 with cover starts at 7:30, kickoff starts at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time. Excuse everyone. Then now we got some final scores around the area. Some scores for college football, as we got the Georgia beats Georgia Tech 16-9. Ole Miss beats Mississippi State 38-19. Iowa beats Nebraska 40-16. And right now we got 2 games. Right now we got Indiana versus Purdue, where that game just started midway. Then we got Texas A&M versus Texas, as that game just started 0-0. Then we got Boise State beats Utah State 25-24. Then Utah versus Kansas, as Utah beats Kansas 31-21. So those all your games and updates around the area, your college scores, some of your college scores as well, some final scores during the day. So that's all. Now next we'll go to another commercial break. Then we head back to GW Danville as Coach Rick Kennedy and Coach Coach Rick Kenny and Ed Lane give you more JF football. This is the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers halftime show presented by TrustLaw.com.
I hate people. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson Forest High School football. At Magic City, we take great pride in our community and the people who call it home. And when it comes to providing Bedford and the surrounding communities with outstanding sales and service, Magic City leads the way. Stop in at Magic City Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bedford at 1750 Independence Boulevard. Or shop us at MagicCityBedford.com. MagicCityBedford.com.
It's the perfect time to take your car to Meineke to make sure your engine starts perfectly this year. Whether you need tires, brakes, engine repairs, or simply an oil change, Meineke has you covered with certified technicians, free digital e-inspections with pictures and videos, and financing options. They're there to not only help you start your engine, but keep it running smoothly all year long. They're your one-stop shop for car care needs. Schedule an appointment today by visiting Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke, doing car care right.
In most things, it's hard to go from ordinary to extraordinary. It's easy with your home or business. Call the Concrete Wizard and transform your place into an extraordinary space. If you're tired of looking at unsightly concrete, then bring light to your old surfaces. Call the Concrete Wizard for free design consultations, free estimates, and fast professional concrete resurfacing.
LCA
Visit theconcretewizard.com for ideas from other before and after photos.
Coach Kennedy here, and I'm here to introduce you to the fastest growing church in Forest, Virginia, Impact Church. If you want to find out how to be on the winning team for eternity, Impact Church is a place for you. Here is more now from Pastor Brad.
Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Brad from Impact Church in Forest, and I want to extend a special invitation to you and your family to join us each Sunday at 10 a.m. at our new location in the Jefferson Forest High School auditorium. We are a church that stands on and preaches all of God's word unashamedly because we believe and know that God changes lives through his word. Impact is a heart for evangelism, a mission to make disciples who follow Christ, and we are active in our community. The Spirit of the Lord is moving. God is doing an amazing work through Impact Church, and we would love for you and your family and friends to come be a part of it as we make an impact for Christ. We look forward to meeting you this Sunday at 10 a.m. at Jefferson Forest High School.
Got a crack problem? You know the symptoms. Poor reaction time. Can't see straight. Endless financial mess. Apple Auto Glass knows cracks in your windshield lead to serious problems for you and everyone on the roads. So bring your car to Apple Auto Glass as soon as you see the crack. Apple Auto Glass is still locally owned on Allegheny Avenue in Lynchburg, so you'll speak with Harold, not Mystery Man from an 800 number. They'll handle insurance claims too. Apple Auto Glass, your local shop ensuring fast solutions to your windshield crack problems.
64 now.
Recently in the Fast Lane, we've gotten perspective on what needs to change with the Liberty Flames from John Manson of AseaofRed.com. High school football playoff action, podcast, plus different perspectives on Virginia Tech's hiring of James Franklin from the TexSideline.com crew, rap mogul and high school football coach Uncle Luke, and former NFL QB Ryan Lee. Hear it all, Fast Lane Ed Lane, where you listen to podcasts. Stay connected, Fast Lane Ed Lane, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and join us Monday in the Fast Lane, 5 to 6 p.m. on the VPR and Sports app in 93.3 FM.
Football presented by TrustLaw.com. And we are back here at JT Christopher Stadium at GW High School in Danville, Virginia. Jefferson Forest, 27, GW nothing, because JF took the opening kick, 85 yards for a Gabe Barnett touchdown, and got on the board 6-0, and then followed up with 3 Xander Coleman touchdown runs of varying lengths, 30, 71, and 19 yards to be specific. GW will get the ball to start this second half. Coach, JF is up 27-0, but you alluded to this a moment ago, heading into our halftime show. I'd imagine JT Cruz may have mentioned this to his team as well. Last week, GW was trailing Sherando at halftime, but they did not allow a point to Sherando in the second half and winning 41-21. How much is that on the minds of JF and how they start the second half as we present from you our Magic City Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Bedford keys to the second half?
Well, I guarantee Coach Cruz had that exact conversation with the Cavaliers at halftime, saying that, hey, Danville's not going to roll over right here. They're going to bring whatever they got because their season is on the line. And for the Cavaliers. What a great first half. They have to now buckle down for another 24 minutes, and the key has been their front and their defense. Those two things right now have them in the position that they are with a 27-0 lead.
So JF, and they're all white. White pants, white jerseys, black helmets with a white JF and the red Saber swords, red face mask. Black numerals with the red trim will be kicking from right. That means with the wind at their back to GW, who will be returning into the wind in their navy pants, navy jerseys, and it's a line drive kick fielded by the upback, the first upback, Donovan Reeves, the senior captain at the 49 for GW. It's where they begin to start this second half.
Well, I tell you, that's not the squib kick they want. They want that squib kick to get down the field right there. That is really, really good field position right there. They're basically knocking on the door of the 50-yard line already without even having to run a play this beginning of the third quarter.
Back at quarterback, Octavian Covington, the 6'1 junior, and it's a handoff, turning the corner. Brandon, nope, it's Lipscomb, no gain. He's wrestled down near the near side hash mark. At midfield, it's no gain. He's brought down in the open field. Pearson Brooks, who's now got a bunch of blue on the front of his jersey from the paint here on the grass at GW, brings him down. They actually give about a yard and a half. Generous spot there on the run from Stanford Lipscomb.
Wow. Well, I gave him a solid 2-yard run. I thought he was tackled right at the line of scrimmage. So what a heck of a spot right there. But, yeah, again, GW has to find a way to move the ball quick. They got a lot of points they need to build up.
They shift two blockers from left to the tight right side. Ball snapped off the near right hash mark. Covington out of the gun, looking for a screen far side. Once Lipscomb, 50-yard line. Breaks a couple tackles, 45, past the 40. Stays on his feet past the 35, still dragging defenders, finally bear hugged down at the 21 over on the far side as Stanford Lipscomb did a good job getting through tackles, and there is a down Cavalier over on the far side. It looks like it's Jack Lee who's writhing in pain over on the far side of the field after putting all his might into stopping Stanford Lipscomb from getting to the Impact Church end zone off the 25-yard run.
Well, I tell you what, good play call right there by the Eagles offensive play coach right there. They ran a screen play out there to Lipscomb, and they had it perfect. They had the linemen out there to able to help with the blocks, and they were able to move that football with a great run. Now they are actually one of the deepest they've been all night in JF territory.
And it might be Xander Coleman. We see Jack Lee over on the near side, but there's a JF Cavalier down over on the far side. Still an injury timeout. They are assessing the situation. Are they going to bring extra personnel? The referees are coming over to determine that. So while we assess it, we'll take a break. GW trying to claw back in this one, trailing 27-0, 56 seconds into this second half on JF Cavalier Football, presented by TrostLaw.com.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
In most things,
Xander.
it's hard to go from ordinary
Xander.
to extraordinary. It's easy with your home or business. Call the Concrete Wizard and transform your place into an extraordinary space. If you're tired of looking unsightly concrete, then bring light to your old surfaces. Call the Concrete Wizard for free design consultations, free estimates, and fast professional concrete resurfacing. And visit theconcretewizard.com for ideas from other before and after photos.
That's number 2.
One of the many things I'm thankful for this year is InsaneRadioDeals.com, because the best deals are all there for you. Liberty Flames football tickets, InsaneRadioDeals.com. Gift cards to Oliver's on Rivermont, Caribbean Jerk Pot, JD's Cafe, Downtown Cairo, InsaneRadioDeals.com. Great deals just in time for the holiday season at InsaneRadioDeals.com. Head to the site right now before they run out. This is Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football presented by TrostLaw.com.
Brandon to turn off the right side, but met by Harrison Carter after a gain of a couple, who was in the open field, brought him down. Pearson Brooks and Logan Hamilton also came in on the stop. The injured Cavalier was not Xander Coleman. It was Gabe Barnett. Took a while to get up, finally jogged over very gingerly over to the near sideline. He's down trying to work out whatever lower body injury happened on that tackle of Alex Brandon, who picked up 2 more yards to set us up with 2nd and 8 at the JF 22. JF up 27-0. GW trying to get on the board. Handoff to Lipscomb over the left side. Tries to cut the corner. Could not. Slake his knee. Grabs him by the waist. Slings him down to the 20. A gain of just 2 for what's probably going to be about 3rd and 6. Clock goes up to the 10-minute mark of this third quarter.
Well, I tell you what, after the little screenplay right now, the Eagles coming back, just trying to run this football, which is their bread and butter, and they are just having a hard time sledding right there. What a great job defensively up front with the Cavaliers being able to penetrate, not giving the running back anywhere to run, and their 4-4 defense is playing outstanding tonight.
Big stop coming up for JF. Can they get it? 3rd and 7 for GW at the JF 21. Snap, handoff. Brandon inside the 20. Couldn't quite get to the 15. He stood up at around the 17. Gained about 4. It'll bring up 4th down and 3 and clearly go for it territory as GW getting the old all we need is 4 quick touchdowns, and we'll be right back in this speech at halftime.
Well, I tell you what, this is a huge play right here because the Eagles have to get something. They have to get this first down or they're going to lose all their momentum coming out from this third quarter to start.
Direct snap to Lipscomb, tries to turn the corner left side. He turns the corner of the 5, and he gets inside to the Impact Church end zone. No, they push him out of bounds at about the 1. Over on the far side, but Stanford Lipscomb, the direct snap on 4th and 3 in a must-have-it spot for GW. They get 15 of the 17 yards they needed. They'll spot him at the 2.
Wow, what a huge run right there. Number 6, Stanford Lipscomb taking it himself from the direct snap, able to find a little seam off tackle and bounce it out up to the 2-yard line.
1st and goal from the 2 for GW. Lipscomb again, the direct snap coming to him. He'll take it over to the left side. Once to turn the corner, cannot get out of Xander Coleman's grasp. Coleman grabs him back at the 3. It's a loss of 1.
Well, I tell you what, they ran the exact same play that they just ran, and that time the defense did a great job. Xander Coleman came off the block, was able to work his way upfield, and then he had help to make that a no-gainer.
GW trying to get on the board, trailing JF 27-0, 3 minutes into this second half. Opening drive of the second half, GW won the game's opening coin toss and deferred their options, so they have a chance to finally get on the board. They do call it a loss of 2. 2nd and goal from the 4. Snap, direct again to Lipscomb, turns the corner left side, stutter steps, and he just glides into the Impact Church end zone for the first GW touchdown of the night. And for the Eagles, finally something for the GW faithful to be excited about. They're on the board, down 27-6.
Well, I tell you what, that was Lipscomb all the way right there. They went into a little bit of different offense right there, almost kind of a wildcat for him. Quarterback out, extra blockers in, and just direct snapping to one of their best running backs and just trying to let him find something to give them a spark, and they did get into the end zone on that.
GW on to attempt the traditional extra point. Stevens puts it up and slips it through the left upright to make it 27-7. JF's lead trimmed a bit. 8:42 to go here in this third quarter on JF Cavalier Football, presented by TrostLaw.com.
VTR and Sports, powered by ESPN Radio. The games play here. College football action this Saturday. Starting with the game. 11:30 a.m. is your coverage.
For them.
On Michigan. Then it's Oregon taking on Washington. Then at 5 p.m., it's the Commonwealth Clash, as the Hokies head to Charlottesville to take on the Cavaliers. Then after Virginia Tech, Virginia, it will be Notre Dame heading out to take on Stanford. VTRN Sports, powered by ESPN Radio. The games play here. 93.3 FM, 1320 AM. The VTRN Sports app and Asher Smart Speaker. Open VTRN Sports. One of the many things I'm thankful for this year is InsaneRadioDeals.com, because the best deals are all there for you. Liberty Flames football tickets, InsaneRadioDeals.com. Gift cards to Oliver's on Rivermont, Caribbean Jerk Pot, JD's Cafe, downtown Cairo, InsaneRadioDeals.com. Great deals just in time for the holiday season at InsaneRadioDeals.com. Head to the site right now before they run out.
This is Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football, presented by TrostLaw.com.
Xander Coleman and Gabe Barnett back to return. Cameron Stevens kick. GW's on the board. It's a high, short kick. It's going to take a bounce. Picked up by JF at the 45 and up past the 50-yard line into GW territory. A nice return by the upback for Jefferson Forest, Michael Pert, and the sophomore alert on the onside kick attempt, and JF will have it in good field position, up 27-7.
Well, I tell you what a heads-up play right there. GW going for a little onside pooch kick right there, and it landed about 8 yards and then took a big bounce, and the GW Danville team had got there, but Pert did a great job just picking it up and turning it upfield for a couple more yards.
Yeah, it's mainly about recovering that and getting it back to your offense, which has looked good so far. Jackson to work out of the shotgun. Coleman in motion from right to left. Fake pitch to him. Jackson follows the right side of the line down to about the 46. We'll call it a game of 2 as the clock goes under 8:30 to go in the third quarter. Imperative, you would say, for JF, Coach, 27-7. If you answer GW's score, the Eagles are right back in that perilous spot. If GW gets a stop, all of a sudden that momentum might start building.
Well, I tell you what GW did on that series was they had to do that. I mean, that was literally this game on the line if they didn't get in the end zone right there, and they did. And now it's JF's turn to answer with a long drive themselves.
Second, we'll call it a long 7. Pitch play from Jackson to Coleman. Breaks through 40, left side 30. Stops at the 30, cuts back to the left side 20. Stops again at the 15. He finally bear hugged down between the left hash and the numbers at the 11. Xander Coleman doing Xander Coleman things. He picks up 34.
Well, I tell you what, all season long, Xander Coleman running the rocket sweep has been the play, and it has been the biggest of the season, what they've been able to do with being able to block the edge on the Eagles. And all he is doing is just using his speed. Once he gets to the outside, he's just finding a lane and just turning it up towards the end zone.
Ball is going to be spotted off the left hash mark for JF. 2 receivers to the wide side. Coleman in motion from left to right. This time it's a give left to Fox. Barrels into the GW defense down to about the 10, gains a couple of yards. But a good open field tackle by Dominic Neal Hairston, who's had a good game as the linebacker for GW, and the junior captain comes in and makes the stop.
Yeah, number 11 right there. He did a good job staying home on that wing counter. They had that play shut down for a no-gainer right there, and that puts the defense probably one of the best plays they've had pretty much all night was being able to shut that wing counter down.
We'll spot it on the 11-yard line, so we'll call it 2nd down and 9. Cavaliers need to get to the 2 if they don't get to the Impact Church end zone first for a fresh set of downs. Fox to the left of Jackson will work out of the shotgun. JF trying to grow back a lead that's 27-7. Fake pitch. Jackson barrels through the GW defense down inside the 5.
Wow, again, that play is the counter to the rocket sweep because you got Xander coming in the rocket sweep motion and Jackson is just faking it, and then he just following number 15, Cam Fox, right in the hole, and GW has not been able to stop that play.
They'll spot it at the 3-yard line on the left hash mark, so it'll be 3rd and 1. Cavaliers can get a first down at the 2. Clock's going to approach the 6-minute mark. JF trying to get back to a 4-touchdown lead. They're up 27-7, working with the wind at their back at GW in the middle of the third quarter. Snap, fake to Fox, give to Coleman left side, lunges forward. It should be enough for a first down. Although the referees are conferring with each other before signaling, they finally do confirm 1st and goal. JF from inside the 5.
Wow, great job right there. That was the inside run. That's the rocket motion, but instead of going to the sweep to the outside, you cut it up inside, following Cam Fox, and that gives them the first down. They are knocking on the door right here to answer for what Danville did, being able to take that ball down for their own score on the first series.
They mark it at the 1. Can JF answer GW and get back to a 4-touchdown game? 5:40 and counting down here in this third quarter. Jackson works out of the gun, fakes the pitch to Johnson, follows the right side of the line, and he burrows into the Impact Church end zone for the JF touchdown.
What an amazing job. What an answer the Cavaliers have for the Eagles touchdown. They come right back down the field and drive into the end zone themselves and go back up by another 4-touchdown score. And they are keeping their offense on the field right here to go for 2 and make this a little better after that missed extra point in the very first touchdown.
Yeah, they wait till this point to try to go for 2. We'll see what JF draws up on the 2-point try with 5:33 to go in the third quarter. It's 33-7. Fox to the left. Stopping in the backfield is Johnson. Snap, misdirection, handoff to Coleman. Tries to turn the corner, stops, and then bangs into an Eagle defender on the right side pylon into the Impact Church end zone for the 2-point try.
Wow, what a great play right there. Xander Coleman taking it himself around the right side, and the defender for the Eagles had a chance to make the tackle, and they had a heck of a collision about the 1.5-yard line. but it was the power of Xander Coleman that knocked him back and put him in the end zone.
That is Xander Coleman. We've seen power, agility, athleticism, speed. He has shown it all and been a force for JF tonight. They're back up by 4 clean touchdowns now. 35-7, 5:33 to go in the third quarter. They'll kick off when we come back.
Hi, I'm Randy Trost with Trost Law. We've seen a lot since 1982. One new issue is an increasing number of uninsured drivers. Unfortunately, when these drivers are at fault for an accident, there's a higher likelihood that they'll flee from the scene, leaving you with a potential mess. So in shopping for your auto insurance policy, please keep in mind that strong, uninsured motorist coverage can protect you from this headache. And if you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, call us at 777.
I hope these guys don't start pulling the Orange County crap like last year, man. I wouldn't put it past them.
This is Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football presented by GhostLaw.com.
JF answers GW's drive for the touchdown to start the second half with a trip to the Impact Church end zone of their own. Peyton Jackson, a 1-yard run. Xander Coleman converts the 2-point attempt, banging his way to the front right pylon to make it 35-7, 5:33 to go in the third quarter. Cavaliers getting set to kick off. We'll see what they draw up here, middle of the third quarter. Walker's kick, it's a squib kick. It's going to take a couple of bounces, bobbled, and GW tries to fall on it, and they finally do back at the 30-yard line. They cleanly get it according to the near side referee, who was emphatic that it's GW ball at the 30, and it looks like Neil Hairston saved the day for GW once again. One of the few bright spots for the Eagles, who otherwise struggled, down by 4 touchdowns middle of the third.
Well, that was the kind of squib kick you want to have right there. It was hard. It was on the ground. It stayed low. Very difficult to pick up, and that's exactly what happened for the Eagles trying to field that.
And for Jefferson Forest, you love to get a defensive stop. Their offense has basically been unstoppable this evening outside of the one fumble from Gabe Barnett, just trying to make something happen on a cold night. Fake pitch. Covington keeps it himself. Past the 35 up to the 40. And into Pearson Brooks' arms at the 42, but he gains 12 for a first down. Good misdirection run by Octavian Cunningham.
Yeah, that was a great misdirection right there. I really thought number 9 had taken a handoff, Alexander Brandon, but he did not. And the number 16, Covington, the quarterback, pulled it and kept it himself off tackle with a good little trap block on that for a good little first down run.
2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the far left for GW. They do not like to throw. They will not do it yet. Handoff, Covington to Brandon, and up from the right side of the line to about the 44. Picks up 3 for 2nd and 7.
Well, I tell you what we're not seeing right here is an urgency by the Eagles. I mean, they are down 4 scores. They got to start opening up this offense, or they're going to run out of time.
Well, not only that, but they're taking time huddling and getting plays in, and every second is valuable when you're down 35-7 like GW is. Snap, Covington throws over to the left side, overthrows his intended target. Xander Coleman was there if it had been converted to a Ahmad Glass, but the junior slipped at the JF 45 on the far hash marks.
Well, I tell you, that was an inside slant right there, and he was open, and the throw was behind him. He couldn't even make the catch. It was that far behind him, and that's the trouble with GW Danville. They have not had to live on the pass at all the whole season, and now when they have to have it, they don't have that in their arsenal.
No, they don't. We haven't seen it very effective at all. They have not completed one tonight, GW. Covington takes the snap, handoff left side. Lipscomb sheds a couple of blockers, but that is enough to allow the JF pursuit defense to bring him down. Back at the 43, we'll call it a loss of a yard, brings up 4th down and 7 on the open field tackle. We've called Pearson Brooks and Spencer Sloan's names quite a bit tonight. They are making their case to be the FYA defensive players of the game.
Well, I tell you what, the front line is just penetrating in the backfield right there. Again, GW cannot get their running backs going full speed at the line, and that has helped them. That has hurt them not being able to run.
Now GW late, Josiah Saunders to get onto the field for this snap on 4th down and 8. They take it. Covington has it, drops back. He's under duress, floats it to the far side, right into the GW bench. And the miscommunication in the passing game is obvious for GW, and this could be where JF puts the death knell into the GW Eagles as the turnover on downs gives it to the Cavaliers at the GW 43. 35-7 JF leads, still 3:42 to go in the third.
Octavia Covington looking to throw downfield right there, and he just absolutely threw that about 7 yards deep over the sideline right there. Nobody even had a chance to even touch that football. And on fourth down, that turns the ball back over to the Cavaliers, who have actually controlled this game from the start.
JF trying to get to the running clock in a regional final. Boy, what an accomplishment that would be. They've controlled this literally from the opening kickoff, which Gabe Barnett took back for a touchdown. Snap, fake pitch to Coleman. Jackson keeps it himself, slips through blockers to the 40, follows the right side of the line, down to the 35 of the right hash mark. He picks up 8.
Well, I tell you what, every time Danville sees that motion by Xander Coleman, they are just moving and bouncing to that side. And what that's doing, that's open up the backside right there for Jackson with the lead blocker, Cam Fox. And that's just been a huge play. Almost 9 yards on that first down run.
Ball will be snapped off the right hash mark at the 35. JF's working with the wind at their back here at GW. Clock approaches the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Cavaliers up 35-7. They've led the entire way. Jackson to work out of the gun. Fox now drops over to his left. Coleman in motion from right to left. It's a pitch play to him. He stutter steps at the 40, breaks the tackle 35, accelerates past the 30. It takes 3 Eagles to corral him and bring him down between the left side numbers and sideline at the 22.
Xander Coleman again, just absolutely just finding a space out there. And again, huge first down run right there. Again, all the blocking is just in place on that edge. Number 13 for the Cavaliers. Normally just a defensive focus, but Pearson Brooks is one of the best blockers on the Rocket sweep.
And he and Luke Johnson, the slot backs, deserve a lot of credit with the injury to Thax Rowland, as gut-wrenching as that was early last week. Needing these slot backs, which is what Rowland was so good at, to step up in his place. They have been masterful tonight. Pitch play, fake. Jackson bangs into GW's defense, that time into the arms of Chris Law, who is the big 6'3", 280-pound Liberty commit at defensive tackle. And the first time really all night he's made his presence felt. Give JT Cruz a lot of credit. They've worked away from Law for most of the night. We see what happens when they go at him. It's hard to get by.
They have, and the thing too now, all week long, the Cavaliers have been game planning for this defense right here in this 5-3, and they have made 0 adjustments. They are in the same defense they were from the first snap. And when you know that offensively, you know who to block, you're going to get your blocks.
From out of the shotgun, Jackson to his right is Cam Fox. Johnson in motion, and he'll take it on the pitch over to the right side. Stops, turns the corner, 25, past the 20, accelerates past the 10. He's pushed out of bounds at the 8. 13-yard run once again. That time it was Lucas Johnson, and JF's knocking on the door, blowing this thing open. 35-7, they lead, $1:30 to go in the third.
Well, I tell you what, they are knocking at the door again, just absolutely controlling everything, not only just inside runs when they need them, but really the key has been them having the edge, running the big plays up the sideline with their speed. And Danville, out of that 5-3 defense, has not had any answer from their safeties or the corner.
First and goal, they mark him out of the 10. JF will snap off the right hash mark. Now to the left of Jackson is Fox. Stutter stepping in motion, fake pitch. Jackson keeps it himself, breaks through tackles at the 5. He lunges forward down to about the 2.
Unbelievable right there. Just again, Danville doesn't know what's coming at him, outside or inside. And their defense is beating that 5-3. The front line of the Cavaliers knows who they have to block, and they've been doing it. They've been winning in the trenches, and that's the key.
You know, once upon a time, we wondered how JF would have replaced all 5 offensive line starters many months and many degrees warmer ago. Now, all of a sudden, it's cold. It's in November, and that O-line, they have set the tone through so much of this season, including tonight.
Yeah, great job right there by the coaching staff, just 100% committed to everything they have done.
Now will they punch it through again? Snap it to give to Fox off the left side of the line. He keeps his legs churning. He fights. He burrows. Not quite to the Impact Church end zone. They'll say he's down at about the 2. And this may be the final play of the third quarter. JF does not have to snap it. And it looks like they are more than content to not do that as Peyton Jackson huddles the team. They come to the sideline. That ovation you hear is the JF crowd, knowing the final 19 seconds of the third quarter clock will evaporate, and the Cavaliers will walk the long walk down to the other 2-yard line to try to get us to a running clock in the fourth quarter. 35-7, JF leads at GW Danville. Fourth quarter coming up after this on JF Cavaliers Football, presented by Troslaw.com.
Got a crack problem? You know the symptoms. Poor reaction time. Can't see straight. Endless financial mess. Apple Auto Glass knows cracks in your windshield lead to serious problems for you and everyone on the roads. So bring your car to Apple Auto Glass as soon as you see the crack. Apple Auto Glass is still locally owned on Allegheny Avenue in Lynchburg, so you'll speak with Harold, not Mystery Man from an 800 number. They'll handle insurance claims too. Apple Auto Glass, your local shop ensuring fast solutions to your windshield crack problems.
When shopping for auto liability insurance, it's wise to consider the best policy, not the cheapest. Hi, I'm Randy Trost with Trost Law. It's crucial to have more than the minimum insurance on your auto liability policy. This protects you if you injure someone or if someone without proper insurance hurts you. Having the right policy ensures you have sufficient underinsured coverage to take care of you and your family. To learn more how we can help you navigate these challenges, visit us at trostlaw.com. That's trostlaw.com.
This is Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football presented by trostlaw.com.
There's a purpose for the JF Cavaliers. You can see it in their body language approaching the huddle. 3rd and goal from the GW2 to start the fourth quarter. If they get to the Impact Church end zone up 35-7, we'll be near a running clock if they can convert the extra point. JF trying to put the death blow to GW season and punch their ticket to the state semifinals. Another Saturday road trip on the horizon. Snap. Jackson follows the left side of the line. Does he get in there? Yes, he does. 2-yard Jackson touchdown run. And JF is up 41-7, 6 seconds into the fourth quarter.
Wow, great job right there. Jackson taking it himself, following his big blocker, Cam Fox, out of that running back, under that running back position right there, and over the goal line. And we're an extra point away now from having a running clock in this regional final.
Yes, what a sight this would be if Jonas Howard can bang this through the middle of the uprights. One has been blocked. We'll see what happens. A bit of a high snap. Kick is on the way. It's down. It's up. And it's good. 42-7. JF with the lead. 6 seconds into the fourth quarter of JF Cavalier football, presented by trostlaw.com.
Young adults face unique stresses and challenges more than ever. That's why the Forest Youth Athletic Association's mission is providing a safe arena where growing children can learn the rules and values that come from athletic competition.
That's what you get when you play in the crappy Piedmont district.
Softball, lacrosse, soccer, football, flag football, basketball, and
that's what you get for playing in the Seminole district.
Sportsmanship while developing skills and character that last beyond.
Your other two teams are playing for the regional championship themselves.
Share your time and resources.
Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football presented by trostlaw.com heads back on the road for the VHSL Class 4 state semifinals Saturday, December 6th. Opponent and time for your Central VA flooring kickoff show are still to be determined. Come join us on the Virginia's Talk Station app, 100.9 FM Lynchburg, 95.5 FM Bedford, and Open Virginia Talk Radio Network on your smart speaker. JF Football is also presented by Crossroads Family Dentistry, Andy Matthews Insurance Agency, Forest Youth Athletic Association, and Meineke Car Care.
This is Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football presented by trostlaw.com.
Luke Johnson's kick takes a couple of bounces, picked up at the 26, up to the 27, now past the 30, up to the 38, and finally corralled there is Nazir Wilson. JF's deep coverage unit comes in and corrals him, and as soon as they set the ball, we'll have a running clock. It's 42-7. Jefferson Forest, 11:38 to go in the fourth quarter, and back in the studio, I guess Ty Tracy decided it's already time to start running the promos for next week's game in the state semifinals. Still have almost a quarter to go, but JF, they have been in firm control of this one, Coach, from the very beginning when Gabe Barnett took the opening kick back for a touchdown.
Yeah, just they have come out here with a purpose, and they have done exactly that. They have controlled this football game from the very first second the ball was kicked off, and they have put in the time to be in this position.
And now JF, their fans come to their feet, hoping the Cavaliers can finish this off the right way. GW, Octavian Cunningham takes the snap and hands it off, and going nowhere is Lipscomb. He's brought down in the backfield. Pearson Brooks, who's gotten a workout in terms of us bellowing his name tonight. Once again, and on the stop, Bryson Spano helped clean it up there.
Well, we talked about this on that last break right there. this is the difference between playing in the Seminole and playing in the Piedmont. I mean, JF has been in dogfight after dogfight all season long. Teams like LCA, Heritage, and GW has not had to do that.
Now it's a handoff, turning the corner on the far side, slung down in the backfield. Finally back at the 20-yard line is Keyshawn Waller. GW, it is imploding here. They're down 42-7, and JF's defense has smelled blood in the water on GW, and it's going to be 3rd and long for the Eagles coming up. And whistles blow, and is it an official's timeout, or is it's an injury timeout for a Cavalier down on the far side, and what may be cramping as they are holding the leg of one of the JF Cavaliers over on the far side.
Yeah, and that right there, one of the few things that will stop a clock on the running clock is that injury timeout.
It looks like it is Slade Kazee who's being helped on the far side. Coach, 10 years ago.
So 10 years ago, exactly 10 years ago, this season, JF was in the regional finals, and I was in a little bit of a different role.
You were in a headset?
I was on a headset, but it was not for the radio. It was because I was assistant coach back on that team in 2015, and we were playing at home against Salem, and things did not go like they have gone tonight. We had Navy Jones, we had Cam, we had a great team, and we really thought we had a chance to move on from that. And we were taken down by the Salem Spartans. So I am just so excited right now. 10 years later, here we are, and things are much different.
Coach, I believe that was your last game with that headset before, I will say, this year at least, because you got a new one, upgraded to a different headset.
You have. You came right up to me after that season when I was done coaching.
Cunningham takes the snap on 3rd and 16. Pump fakes to the right there. Flag for holding. He takes off past the 40 and out of bounds, but this one is surely coming back unless JF wants GW to go for it on 4th down and 6 from the 40-yard line. I would doubt it. They'll probably go for 3rd and even longer instead.
Well, I tell you, that's one thing we have not seen a lot tonight. Is the referees had let them play. We have seen very minimal penalties, unlike last week where there was a lot of flags.
And they're going to call a personal foul. Now, in GW's defense, they're down 42-7, and we're at a running clock, 9.5 to go in the 4th quarter. That was not a cheap shot personal foul. That was a personal foul, a cut block, which they are more closely regulating those personal foul combo blocks. It's worth mentioning because when you get to these blowouts, see Orange County and JF in the first round last year, those things can happen. Instead, it's 3rd down and 26. GW all the way back at their 20-yard line. Snap this time. It's going to be a fake handoff, and Cunningham takes it off the right side up from the 20 to about the 25, and Covington is brought down there. Really not much sledding. And you wonder if GW is going to wave the proverbial white flag and punt it away on 4th and long.
Yeah, I mean the clock's coming down right here. I would,
and they are. They're going to send in Cameron Stevens, who's their punter, and send it back to JF. And what is kind of a wave the white flag gesture for their season and for tonight's game on a smaller picture.
It is 100% right here. Sending in your punt team right now, knowing that this game has already been determined and that the Cavaliers are going to be moving on to the state semifinals. What an amazing opportunity for the JF Cavaliers and Coach Cruz.
Charleston Harris is going to stand back at his own 40-yard line to field the punt from the lefty, Cameron Stevens. A bit of a high punt. No rush, though, from JF. It's not overly deep. It's going to bounce at about the 40 and take a GW roll past midfield into JF territory before the ball comes to a crest at the 46. That's where it rests right there. And JF will take over. Clock's under 8 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and again, that clock, here we go, are flipping over offense and defense here. That clock is still counting down. They are 7 minutes and about 45 seconds away from the official claim of victory and regional champions.
Slade Kazee, Pearson Brooks, and the injured Thax Rowland, whose left ankle is in that cast, and he's on a walker, all having some words on the sideline. It's got to be pretty sweet for those three, along with Luke Johnson, as well as Spencer Sloan, who are all seniors who've had a lot of time playing together from youth to B-team, JV, B-team, middle school, all of that. They have had a chance to enjoy this one tonight, and they'll get another week of practice and game action preparing for the state semifinals, knowing that the run will end in a couple of weeks at the latest. But what's been a dream run for JF will continue here on that run, which is a gain of about 3. The clock's going to go under 7 minutes.
Yeah, and just what an incredible night right here, Friday night, under the lights down here in Danville. Just watching the Cavaliers just play above and beyond what anyone expected.
The motivation they have shown with, at least at the beginning of the year, Cam Jones earlier in the year with that ankle injury, and now later it's Dax Rowland injured on the second play from scrimmage for JF. They actually did not get the ball first last week, but their second play from scrimmage, both of them now out for the year, and they have a 1 and a 33 on the decal of the helmet. Charleston Harris's run, by the way, goes for about 5. It's going to be third and about 1.5 yards for JF. They're up 42-7, 6:14 and counting down in the fourth quarter. But the decals on the back of the JF helmet, no one really knew about that entering the game tonight. It's a really cool touch for JF, really honoring 2 of their seniors who were injured in the line of playing football.
Yeah, just, again, this team is so tight off the field. That's what's amazing is these guys have been together. They have been through so much together for so long. This is one tight family in this football team.
Snap. This time it's a give to Harris. Bangs into the GW defense. Keeps the legs fighting past the first down marker. Down to the 42, and he'll pick up the first down. To your point, though, I was speaking with Dax Rowland's dad earlier this evening, which can be an interesting discussion at times. We love you, Jamie, and we appreciate your being a supporter and regular listener of ours. And he was mentioning tonight is the first night that Pearson Brooks and Dax Rowland have not played a football game together since they were 5 years old. So over 12 years, back when you were wearing that other headset, Coach.
Yeah, that's amazing right there. And again, that shows you what a small community like Forest can do. Just having these guys that have been together since little league Pee-wee football, being able to come all the way up through the ranks, all the way now to winning a regional championship.
Shameless plug for FYAA as the FYA offensive player of the game. Coleman goes in motion. He does not get it. It's another give to Charleston Harris. Picks up about 1 yard on the dive play off the left side of the line of scrimmage, and he dives forward. It'll be second down. Clock under 5 minutes to go. It's 42-7 JF. And look, this has been a JF really domination from the get-go. The motivation before the game, the only thing that might rival the motivational pep talk of JT Cruz this weekend is that sermon you're going to be giving at Impact Church this coming Sunday, Coach. We look forward to it. By the way, Coach Cruz, if you're listening, show up. This is your chance to hear a more impactful pregame pep talk than what you delivered tonight, which has been pretty impressive as JF's got the 42-7 lead. Snap this time. It is a pitch play to Coleman. Does the FYA offensive player of the game get more? He does. Inside the 40, follows blockers down to about the 37, and he is helped up by GW. That's a good gesture for GW. You kind of wondered how they would handle being in this spot now where it's obvious their season's going to come to a close. Would it be the Orange County shenanigans of last year, or would it be sportsmanship? Give GW some credit. They've had a chance to pull the Orange County shenanigans from last year, and we all remember that. Instead, they have been good sports about this, knowing the outcome is clearly in hand.
Well, again, we still got 3.5 minutes left, so you never know what can happen. You saw a little melee stuff going on in some of the college games. I think from today they even had a big one. But yeah,
Lane Kiffin, what a shock.
Yeah, you need to be really, really careful right here. Very, very careful, because anybody gets ejected, that means they are not playing next week.
Jackson, it's a handoff to Harris. Flags come, whistles are blown, and they'll just give the carry to JF. Were they going to do a delay of game? They do. It'll back JF up from 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 8. Although it does not impact the running clock. We approach 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. A reminder, life doesn't give you a 2-minute warning of the outcome of this game. 42-7 JF, they're going to get the win. So a life insurance policy might be right for you. Stop by and see Coach Kennedy's guy, your Erie Family Life agent, Andy Matthews on Waterlick Road in Lynchburg.
Yeah, what a great place to buy insurance from Andy Matthews. Like I said, he's probably been my insurance agent now for at least 30, maybe 35 years. So, yeah, go visit him, see him. You'll get a great quote What a good insurance guy he is.
3rd down and 8 for JF. If they get another first down, they'll be in kneel down territory. Snap. Harris breaks through the tackle in the clear. No need for that. Instead, it's a trip to the Impact Church end zone and an exclamation point on a VHSL Class 4 Region Championship as Charleston Harris gets to the Impact Church end zone from 41 yards out.
Well, I tell you what a great guy to get a touchdown right there. Charleston Harris is just such an amazing young gentleman. He has put in his dues. He is such a hard worker on this football team, and nobody deserves a touchdown more than he does right there. And they ran that with the wing counter. Looked like it was a wing counter coming back through, and Danville had normally done a good job on that play all night. Nobody was home on that one.
Extra point coming up, 48-7 JF. Snap, it's a little high, but pulled down, and the kick is up. And Howard bangs it down the middle. It's 49-7. JF leads. 1:20 to go here in the 4th quarter. We will keep it here. The running clock will stay going. And JF looks like they want to kick it off and at least be able to play a little bit more football here. Coach, last week, the boogeyman for JF was the 2nd round of the playoffs. They lost to Glass a couple of years ago. They lost the heartbreaker to Sharando last year. They finally punched through. It's got to feel for GW like this is the boogeyman for Nick Anderson's squad. He's been at GW for 13 years. He's had a great record, 112-37 overall, 73-9 in the Piedmont District. Most of those losses have been to Magna Vista, who's playing for a regional championship themselves this evening. But they are 0-3, including tonight's game, in the VHSL playoffs. In the regional finals, they have not quite gotten over that hurdle, and in their trips to the playoffs, this is their 12th year making the playoffs. 6 of those 12 losses have been to the Salem Spartans, but not tonight to JF. But you kind of feel for Nick Anderson's squad and wonder in the offseason or the next scheduling cycle, because they play in the Piedmont District, which is, it's really GW, Magna Vista, and then everybody else. It is a 2-dog race every year in that district, whether they will just beef up as much as they can their non-district schedule even more than they already have.
Yeah, no, I mean that is an issue. That is a problem. That if I'm the coach for Danville, I am scheduling non-conference games with some of the toughest, best teams I can get because they have not had any experience doing that.
I would go down to Charlotte and play those schools, Raleigh to play those, Greensboro and Reedsville. I would schedule anybody you possibly can whenever they will take you, knowing you'll make it right back up. Similar to what former JF coach Matt Deloach has done. I know they didn't make a deep run this year, but at Alta Vista, he's kind of beefed up their schedule with that approach. Austin Walker's ensuing kickoff after the Charleston Harris touchdown run goes out of bounds. So GW is going to get it at their own 42, 57 seconds to go. But this one is all sealed and delivered on the running clock. It's 49-7, JF with the lead on what might be the final play. Covington snaps, takes the handoff, and it's a give to Alex Brandon into the GW line and up past the 48 to the 49. He's brought down there. It's a gain of 7, and that's probably going to be the final play for GW. We'll see if they call for one more or if they go ahead and head to the sideline. It looks like they're going to try to get one more playoff in their season. Clock is at 27 seconds, and it's stopped. Nope, now they resume it. Might have been a scoreboard glitch. Snap, it's a handoff. Brandon takes it, cut over to the far side, and he's hit in the open field. Finally wrestled out of bounds in front of the GW bench for 12 seconds, and that is how this one's going to end. JT Cruz wants his Cavaliers to get in line. Be cordial in the handshake. The Cavaliers, faithful, rises to their feet, and the final whistle is blown. JF punches their ticket to the state court semifinals with a region championship here this evening. 49-7 over GW Danville.
Wow, what an amazing, amazing night for the Cavaliers. Coach Cruz, for the whole Forest community, having an opportunity to win a regional championship with has not probably been done officially since the state runs back in the early 90s, all the way back with Coach Christmas's first stint at JF.
Coach, we have seen JF at some good moments and at some low moments. This is as high as it's gotten in the JT Cruz era. When he came in and took over, even though the first season was challenging, and the second season they got the wake-up call going over to face Louisa in the playoffs, you felt like JT Cruz was building something. They had those 2 trips to the state second round playoffs, the regional semifinals in the last couple of years. And when they busted through this year at John Anley, you kind of feel like for JF now, they're getting a taste of what it's like to be deep into the playoffs regularly. And a lot of that has to go to JT Cruz. The vision with which he's been able to guide this program, top to bottom, create a feeder program for JF and put him in a spot where they've been able to have this type of sustained success.
Well, I tell you what, to be playing football in the month of December is a statement. For any team, it's just unbelievable to make it this far. And what an amazing feeling just watching these players right now jumping up and chest bumping each other and high-fiving. They are so excited. The fans here are all just at another level of excitement over this huge regional win. And what a great regional trophy that's going to be to put into JF High School.
All right, Coach, we have big picture and little picture. We'll get to the big picture in a moment. But little picture, JF wins tonight 49-7. True or false? This game was won from the opening get-go with that kick return for a touchdown. 6-0 lead, even with the deflected extra point. JF never flinched. They got it back, and then it turned into the Xander Coleman show as he found the Impact Church end zone 4 times, 3 times on touchdown runs and 1 on a 2-point conversion run. And JF asserted themselves literally from the beginning of this game.
Total dominance. I mean, the front, the battle in the trenches was JF all night long. They were just controlling it. And again, as good as the Eagles were with size and some of their abilities, they were no match. They were out-coached. They were outplayed 100% in every phase of the game. And that's why the score is what it is. It comes down to everything that has happened the entire season brought JF to this point to a 49-7 win over the Eagles.
JF gets to hoist that trophy. That's what the noise was you just heard in the background. JF gets the win 49-7 over GW. The dream will continue. Unfortunately for you, Coach, you have to deal with me on another road trip next Saturday. I do get to look correct for my wife for one time. I appreciate her listening, by the way, as with yours, Miss Tanya, as well as all those who have listened throughout the year. Shout out to Bryson Gordon, newsadvance.com, who's listening while covering LCA and Heritage this evening. But I do get to point to my wife. She was looking at potential things to do, trips in the December timeline. I said, honey, we got to wait to see how this season plays out. We might be dealing with football in December. Sure enough, we are. And that will be a road trip next coming Saturday. Opponent location still to be determined.
Well, yeah, and what little bit of help we've gotten on some of that information. So all the regional winners we know from the VHSL, they're going to reseed all of the 4 regional winners. And based on what we've been told, JF at best is probably not going to be able to host a game, meaning they're going to be either a number 3 or the number 4 seed. By the way, there's only going to be 4 teams left.
Final 4, they're there.
Final 4, there you go. Final 4 for the state championship. So we're looking at probably being a 3 or 4 seed, which again, we don't know who we're going to go to or where we may have to travel to for that semifinal.
Well, you get another road trip with me, Coach. Congratulations. You ready for another Saturday on the highway with me?
Hey, are we going to have a chance to go buy another Buc-ee's?
I don't know. We might have to settle for Wegmans this time.
Hey, I like Wegmans too.
If you and I go to Wegmans, I might go bankrupt. My wife might come with us on that trip just so she can go there.
Hey, there you go. The other exciting news is next Saturday is also my wife's birthday.
It is.
So it's got all kinds of crazy stuff going on.
Well, if Miss Tanya wants to come, she can. She probably wants to stay away from me, though. I can't blame her. Happy birthday early to your wife. I will say this. A shout out to your wife, Miss Tanya, to my wife, Mead, to Ty's girlfriend, Kaya, because they have allowed us to be the 3 cogs that bring you JF Cavalier football, with Kai doing so much of the behind-the-scenes stuff that makes this engine go back in the studio. With Coach Kennedy and me, they have been so instrumental. Coach, final thoughts tonight for Jefferson Forest on a season where they've had every opportunity to let adversity get to them. Instead, they have bounced back with authority. They get a 49-7 victory at GW. Your final thoughts on the matchup tonight and what awaits?
Well, I tell you, again, it goes all back, starts at the top with Coach Cruz, his coaching staff. absolute quality of coaching that is here. The way they have done it, the way they have connected with the community, the way the players have connected with these coaches, he has gotten the most out of them that you can get. I mean, they are playing at the highest level of ability, and for them to win the regional championship is a statement for what exactly he has done correctly since day one when he walked in here. The amount of kids I see in the weight room, how hard they're working, the workouts they're doing, I mean, it is top notch. And that's why they are coming out here dominating teams, especially up front. I mean, it's just amazing the job he's done.
I will continue to say it. Once upon a time, we wondered if JF's offensive line could bounce back from losing all 5 starters. That seems like it was a distant memory now.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, this team is doing just unbelievable. Like I said, they are playing at another level above and beyond that we have not had at JF High School in a long, long time. I'm talking long time.
It has been a real long time. JF gets the win, 49-7 over GW. Season ends at 11-2. 5-0 in the Piedmont District. JF, meanwhile, the dream continues. They go to 11-2. They stay 6-2 in the Seminole District. That's going to be their final district record this season. But a big one for JF, they claim the VHSL Class 4 Region D Championship with a 49-7 demolition here at GW Danville. We send it back to Ty Tracy after this break. We'll have some scores and updates, and we will be back with you next week. Keep it locked to the Virginia Talk Radio Network, and we'll have it on our socials as well, my personal ones, Fast Lane, Ed Lane, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We'll post the links of when our Central VA Flooring Kickoff Show is next Saturday for JF Cavalier Football, presented by TrostLaw.com. As Jefferson Forest, the dream continues, 49-7, they win at GW Danville.
Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football, presented by TrostLaw.com, heads back on the road for the VHSL Class 4 state semifinals Saturday, December 6th. Opponent and time for your Central VA Flooring Kickoff Show are still to be determined. Come join us on the Virginia's Talk Station app, 100.9 FM Lynchburg, 95.5 FM Bedford, and Open Virginia Talk Radio Network on your smart speaker. JF Football is also presented by Crossroads Family Dentistry, Andy Matthews Insurance Agency, Forest Youth Athletic Association, and Meineke Car Care.
Wednesday in the morning warm-up, Bryson Gordon joined us to talk about Liberty's collapse against Louisiana Tech that will cost them a chance at a bowl game. And Andy Bitter, TechSideline.com, assesses the Hokies' chances at upsetting the Hoos on Saturday. That will do it for us this week as we enjoy Thanksgiving with our families. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. We'll be back reacting to the weekend on Monday, December 1st. So join us on the morning warm-up, 7 to 8 a.m. on VTRN Sports, 93.3 FM, 1320 a.m., and on the VTRN Sports app. Central VA Flooring is a proud supporter of local high school football. Why? Because the culture at Central VA Flooring is built on teamwork, dedication, and community support. Teamwork means the right console who truly listens to what you want and need for your home or business. Dedication is doing the job right, and the community spirit of the entire Central VA Flooring team behind your project. Visit CentralVAFlooring.com and drop by Central VA Flooring on Timberlake Road to experience the power of teamwork, dedication, and community spirit. VTRN Sports, powered by ESPN Radio. Plenty of NFL action this week, starting on Thanksgiving at noon with Packers at Lions, Chiefs at Cowboys, then some Hokies basketball, and the nightcap, Bengals at Ravens. A Black Friday special starts at 2:30 as the Bears take on the Eagles. Then Sunday at 12:30, a tripleheader. Rams at Panthers, Bills at Steelers, and Broncos at Commanders. And don't forget, Monday Night Football, Giants at Patriots. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. VTRN Sports, powered by ESPN Radio. The games play here, 93.3 FM, 1320 a.m., and on the VTRN Sports app. VTRN Sports, powered by ESPN Radio. The games play here. College football action this Saturday. Starting with the game. 11:30 a.m. is your coverage for Ohio State taking on Michigan. Then it's Oregon taking on Washington. Then at 5 p.m., it's the Commonwealth Clash as the Hokies head to Charlottesville to take on the Cavaliers. Then after Virginia Tech, Virginia, it'll be Notre Dame heading out to take on Stanford. VTRN Sports, powered by ESPN Radio. The games play here, 93.3 FM, 1320 a.m., the VTRN Sports app, and Asher Smart Speaker, open VTRN Sports.
Recently in the Fast Lane, we've gotten perspective on what needs to change with the Liberty Flames from John Manson of ASeaofRed.com. High school football playoff action with Bob Alvis of the Sports Buffet podcast, plus different perspectives on Virginia Tech's hiring of James Franklin, from the TechSideline.com crew to rap mogul and high school football coach Uncle Luke and former NFL QB Ryan Leaf. Hear it all, Fast Lane Ed Lane, where you listen to podcasts. Stay connected. Fastlane, Edlane, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and join us Monday in the Fastlane, 5 to 6 p.m. on the VTRN Sports app and 93.3 FM.
This is Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football presented by TrostLaw.com.
Welcome back to the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers post-game show presented by TrostLaw.com. Excuse me, everyone. I'm your host, Todd Tracy. A big win for the Cavaliers. Moving on to the state semi as they punched their ticket to the state semifinals 49-7 as they beat GW Danville, a dominate victory performance. It was good on both sides of the ball. It was basically Xander Coleman took over the first half. Then, well, you know, like I said, the second half they played way better and they still dominated. So, congratulations, y'all boys, getting the big win. What more can I say about that? Now they focus on next week next week as they try and figure out who to beat. Who they trying to play for the next Saturday. So I'm gonna say first, let's go out with some FYA offensive and defensive player of the game. Well, you already know the offensive player of the game. FYA offensive player of the game goes to Xander Coleman as he dominated. Like you can tell from the first half, it was no big. I mean, first half explained it all and everything. But congratulations, Xander. Defensive player of the game goes to two people, Spencer Solon and Pearson Brooks, as both of them dominated. Congratulations. And Crossroad Family Dentistry Made You Smile play of the game goes to Xander Coleman's 71-yard touchdown run. Congratulations to Xander Coleman, Spencer Solon, and Pearson Brooks being nominated for Xander getting nominated for FYA Offensive Player of the Game, and Crossroad Family Dentistry Made You Smile play of the game, and Spencer Solon and Pearson Brooks getting nominated for FYA Defensive Player of the Game. Congratulations, y'all boys. So next we'll go to some final scores around the area and some college scores as well. So don't go nowhere. This is the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football post-game show presented by TrostLaw.com.
Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football presented by TrostLaw.com heads back on the road for the VHSL Class 4 state semifinals Saturday, December 6th. Opponent and time for your Central VA flooring kickoff show are still to be determined. Come join us on the Virginia's Talk Station app, 100.9 FM Lynchburg, 95.5 FM Bedford, and Open Virginia Talk Radio Network on your smart speaker. JF Football is also presented by Crossroads Family Dentistry, Andy Matthews Insurance Agency, Forest Youth Athletic Association, and Meineke Car Care.
VTRN Sports powered by ESPN Radio. The games play here. College football action this Saturday. Starting with the game. 11:30 a.m. is your coverage for Ohio State taking on Michigan. Then it's Oregon taking on Washington. Then at 5 p.m., it's the Commonwealth Clash as the Hokies head to Charlottesville to take on the Cavaliers. Then after Virginia Tech, Virginia, it will be Notre Dame heading out to take on Stanford. VTRN Sports powered by ESPN Radio. The games play here. 93.3 FM, 1320 AM. The VTRN Sports app and Asher Smart Speaker. Open VTRN Sports.
Recently in the Fast Lane, we've gotten perspective on what needs to change with the Liberty Flames from John Manson of ASeaofRed.com. High school football playoff action with Bob Alvis of the Sports Buffet podcast, plus different perspectives on Virginia Tech's hiring of James Franklin, from the TechSideline.com crew to rap mogul and high school football coach Uncle Luke and former NFL QB Ryan Leaf. Hear it all, Fastlane Edlane, where you listen to podcasts. Stay connected, Fastlane Edlane, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and join us Monday in the Fastlane, 5 to 6 p.m. on the VTRN Sports app and 93.3 FM.
Wednesday on the morning warm-up, Bryson Gordon joined us to talk about Liberty's collapse against Louisiana Tech that will cost them a chance at a bowl game. And Andy Bitter, TechSideline.com, assesses the Hokies' chances at upsetting the Hoos on Saturday. That will do it for us this week as we enjoy Thanksgiving with our families. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. We'll be back reacting to the weekend on Monday, December 1st. So join us on the morning warm-up, 7 to 8 a.m. on VTRN Sports, 93.3 FM, 1320 AM, and on the VTRN Sports app.
This is Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football presented by TrostLaw.com.
Welcome back to Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football postgame show presented by TrostLaw.com. As I said again, I'm Todd Tracy. Now, here are some final scores around the area as Magna Vista beats Lower Botetourt 38-14 as they head to the state semifinals. Glenvar beats Gretna 41-6. And right now is a close ball game between Heritage and LCA, as right now is a low scoring game, 7-7 between both of them in the fourth quarter. So those are your high school scores around the area. So some college real quick before I say the VTRN sports for tomorrow for college football and Sunday for Sunday football, as we got Georgia beat Georgia Tech 16-9. Ole Miss beat Mississippi State 39-19. Utah beats Kansas 31-21. Iowa beats Nebraska 40-16. And right now we got some games playing right now as Indiana is up against Purdue 21-3 at the end, towards the end of the second half. The second quarter, excuse everyone. As right now is a close ball game between Texas A&M, is a tie ball game between Texas Longhorns. Texas A&M is 3-3. As Arizona plays Arizona State, the game just kicked off 0-0. So those are your scores for college football. And right now, let's talk about the BTRN sports for tomorrow and NFL. As I said before, we got Ohio State versus Michigan. With coverage starts at 11:30, kickoff starts at 12. The Oregon Ducks versus the Washington Huskies. Kickoff starts at 3:30, coverage starts at 3. The Virginia Cavaliers versus the Virginia Tech Hokies with coverage starts at 5, kickoff starts at 7. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish versus the Stanford Cardinal with coverage starts at 10, kickoff starts at 10:30. As I say again, the Ohio State Buckeyes versus Michigan Wolverines. Coverage starts at 11:30, kickoff starts at 12. Oregon Ducks versus the Washington Huskies. Coverage starts at 3, kickoff starts at 3:30. Virginia Cavaliers versus the Virginia Tech Hokies. Coverage starts at 5, kickoff starts at 7. Then Notre Dame Fighting Irish versus the Stanford Cardinals. Coverage starts at 10, kickoff starts at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. As right now, as for NFL triple header, we got the LA Rams versus the Carolina Panthers with coverage starts at 12:30, kickoff starts at 1. Buffalo Bills versus the Pittsburgh Steelers as coverage starts at 4, kickoff starts at 4:25. Then Denver Broncos versus the Washington Commanders on a Sunday night match with coverage starts at 7:30, kickoff starts at 8:20. As I said at the beginning, our triple header on Sunday, the LA Rams versus the Carolina Panthers coverage starts at 12:30, kickoff starts at 1. The Buffalo Bills versus the Pittsburgh Steelers with coverage starts at 4, kickoff starts at 4:25. Then the Denver Broncos versus the Washington Commanders on a Sunday night match with coverage starts at 7:30, kickoff starts at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's a wrap for tonight, everyone. Now, thank you for listening to Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football and our post-game show presented by TruthSlaw.com. So next week, like I said, they will play on Saturday. They don't know what time, but there is the number 3 seed. They will be on the road. We don't know the winners, so they will announce it by tomorrow, Sunday the latest. So JF will play Saturday in the afternoon. So we'll see y'all next Saturday for the Central VA Forum pregame show as it kicks off 30 minutes before the kickoff. So that's a wrap for tonight. We will now return to our local channel, our local program on 100.9 WIQO. I'm Todd Tracy, and I'll see y'all next week as Jefferson Force will be on the road for the state semifinals. I'll see y'all next week. Good night, everyone.
Recently in the Fast Lane, we've discussed the good, like the seasons for JMU, Old Dominion, and UVA, and the not as good, the changes likely coming to the Liberty Flames and Virginia Tech Hokies. Hear it all, Fast Lane Ed Lane, where you listen to podcasts. Stay abreast over the Thanksgiving holiday. Fast Lane Ed Lane, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And we thank you. And join us when we return in the Fast Lane Monday, 5 to 6 p.m. on the VTRN Sports app, 93.3 FM, and Ask Your Smart Speaker, Open VTRN Sports.
Wednesday on the morning warm-up, Bryson Gordon joined us to talk about Liberty's collapse against Louisiana Tech that will cost them a chance at a bowl game. And Andy Bitter, TechSideline.com, assesses the Hokies' chances at upsetting the Hoos on Saturday. That will do it for us this week as we enjoy Thanksgiving with our families. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. We'll be back reacting to the weekend on Monday, December 1st. So join us on the morning warm-up, 7 to 8 a.m. on VTRN Sports, 93.3 FM, 1320 a.m., and on the VTRN Sports app.
Jefferson Forest Cavaliers football presented by TruthSlaw.com heads back on the road for the VHSL Class 4 state semifinals Saturday, December 6th. Opponent and time for your Central VA Flooring kickoff show are still to be determined. Come join us on the Virginia's Talk Station app, 100.9 FM Lynchburg, 95.5 FM Bedford, and Open Virginia Talk Radio Network on your smart speaker. JF Football is also presented by Crossroads Family Dentistry, Andy Matthews Insurance Agency, Forest Youth Athletic Association, and Meineke Car Care.
Disclosures from 2011.